Lauren, are we?
Yeah, this is online.
See, it says on the air, okay. Anything anyone wants to, well, actually, first I would make a motion that we approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Anything anybody wants to add?
Nope.
Okay, I tried to make it kind of broad, that we'll probably go wide-ranging on some things here.
Did we want to discuss that email about a document scanner briefly?
Sure.
Maybe under old business.
Yeah,
Sure.
I didn't see that.
It was a while
It was,
ago.
it was a while ago.
From who?
I think Ron originally sent it.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we hadn't met.
If someone brings a
Yeah,
document
that's-
to a public
Oh,
meeting,
Great.
you know, and, you know,
I
they can
gotcha.
talk about it and the people there can see it, but the people on video cannot, so.
And often even the people in the audience can't see it well,
True,
so
true.
if it
Yeah.
were, you know, that might help them look at it later or whatever.
Exactly.
I understand.
At
All
least
right.
it's there for public viewing at a later point.
Yeah. All right, all in favor of this motion?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, minutes. So I hope you've had time to look at these enough to react. Going back to January 9th, this was our last full meeting. I would move that we accept these.
I'll second.
Anybody notice anything?
There were lines in several of the minutes.
Lines?
Or you're just talking about this one right now, right?
Yeah.
January,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
all right,
January.
okay, got it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, March 26th. This was the brief one where we just talked about, how would we deal with the town meeting and our, the general fund request that was now part of our need for next year budget. A motion on that, please?
Move.
So-
Go ahead.
March
All
10th.
right.
So move to approve.
Okay, Ron, Doug on that. Anything there?
I don't think so. Give me a second here. I don't think
Okay.
so.
It's the description under new business covers it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And March 10th, non-public. This I did not include in my email last
Oh.
night. There's a copy there between you two
Oh, okay.
to look at. And this was where we talked about compensation for the videographers.
Yep.
And Asia tells me those are all now in place
Straighten
now.
out.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, April 11th. This was the one where I was on Zoom. So first, the general meeting.
So you need when and where posted, the date?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not on
I think Asia might
I
posted that
posted
one,
those, yeah.
like a day before, 2 days before the meeting.
Yeah, when did we, what was the
When I
date? of
saw
our meeting?
you.
We met on the 11th.
I think I posted on the 9th
Yeah,
for
I
everything,
think
yeah.
that's when I saw you.
On the approval of the agenda, you got my name spelled wrong.
Yeah, there's a little misspelling there.
I'm McAllister. McAllister.
Oh, yeah.
McAllis, Hester.
McAllister, yeah.
Under business need for air conditioning, I think it's 2031 Village Road. You're just missing the number in there.
Okay.
Is that correct? I think
Yeah,
2031.
2031.
Okay.
There's lots of blanks in that
Yeah,
paragraph.
A lot of
okay,
blanks in this
okay,
one.
that's right, all right. All right, so is that the Board of Selectmen meeting on,
The 31st, was it the 31st?
of March?
She asked again, I think it was, you mentioned it was the 31st.
That sounds
Okay,
right.
that
Yeah.
that was a Tuesday,
Mhm.
okay. And you were told by Selectmen and DPW head that Dave Swift would meet at our office. Should I just say told by the Selectmen? Do you remember if it
Yeah.
was a particular selectman who told you that Dave would meet you at the?
I think it was in general.
Okay.
And was it Dylan, DPW head?
It was,
Dylan
yeah, it was Dylan Eldridge,
Eldridge.
the acting director.
Agreed to meet on. We're missing the date. Did you agree to meet on, I think you said it was
It was
Wednesday, and then Swift arrived that morning. He told Wellinghurst. Or you
I
agreed to meet on Friday at
Yeah, we
7
met-
a.m., right?
we met both. We met Wednesday and then we agreed to meet Friday. So Wednesday would have been
Well,
First?
April 1st.
Mhm.
and then Friday was the 3rd.
Oh,
I believe,
okay.
right?
Okay,
I think that sounds right.
right.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Friday was
Yeah.
the,
3rd, April 3rd.
At 7
At
a.m. I
7
mean, she
a.m.
showed up at 7 a.m. and then and that's when he told her that he couldn't do anything.
and so did you meet both days or did you talk on the 1st?
Well, we met
You did, okay.
both
Okay,
days.
all right. Okay. All right, anything else?
There's one other blank under training opportunity.
Oh,
on the
yes.
second page.
Yeah, the training on closed captioning was offered by,
It's the New Hampshire, NHCCM, New Hampshire Community.
Communications media.
Coalition for Community Media.
Coalition, yeah.
Just a footnote, on the big paragraph under business,
yeah,
Forrest will check the minutes for the March 31st meeting. The selectmen have not posted any minutes
right.
online
No.
since
I noticed
January.
that.
I know.
Yeah,
And that's amazing. And I looked at, I said, I can't believe it. It's been almost 5 months
Mhm.
since they posted any
I went
minutes.
to look. I went to look
I
also
did
for
too.
something.
yeah.
So unless you actually spend time looking at the video,
Hours.
hours, yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna look there to see if they had approved the
And we
appointments.
can't.
And there's-
Right.
That's it, okay. Where was I? Coalition for Community
Media.
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 Media. Okay. Are you okay approving these with all these additions? Do you want to see them again at our next meeting?
No.
I'm not voting.
Well, that's true, but are you comfortable? I count on you for opinions too, but Ron and Doug, are you comfortable?
Yeah.
We're comfortable.
Okay.
We're
Yes.
comfortable.
All right.
Yep.
So I would make a motion, we accept these. Second by,
Me?
Oh.
heard one voice and saw one hand, I wrote down.
Different people.
All in favor? Okay. And, April 11th, non-public, this is where well, you can read what's here. Since we. Yeah, we voted they'd be publicly disclosed, so we're again talking about compensation not having come through on payroll yet and an update on
The franchise.
a franchise contract. A motion, Ron, will you make a motion?
Absolutely.
Doug,
So
will you
moved to
second?
approve the
Sure.
minutes. Yeah.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Through that. All right, no one from the public here. Financial reports. One of these came in a different format than Linda used to send.
Yeah.
I found it confusing. I don't know if,
They are a little bit harder to
There was
read,
no
I
budget
noticed,
in
yeah.
the detail.
yeah, and, when I printed it out, I had these long lists of bank names and paycheck. But from the one that just shows the accounts and what's been spent. We've spent, what, 35%, almost 40% of the budget, and this was through May, so. we're through
Are we
4
on target
months.
to meet the budget for the year at this point based upon past expenditures? In other words, if you protract out for the rest of the year, are we gonna be either at budget or below budget, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we're a little bit higher on wages, but I think, I mean, so I was gonna go over this in my manager's report, but I am taking less meetings. I am trying to, use Theo as much as possible, since we will only have him. So just to think wages wise, and then if we don't hire a new student videographer, we'll have a vacancy in the wages line come September.
Mhm.
So I think, given that, I think we will stay on target.
Okay.
I mean, I do keep an eye on
Yeah.
So- but I know we're a little bit over, but I think the beginning of the year there was a lot to do. There was a lot of work, and there was
Now, in that
training
regard,
and-
just curious, if we get to the point at the year end, due to just an increase in number of meetings and so forth,
Like,
that we fall short, what happens? I mean, where do we go at
If we-
that point if we're over budget?
I don't know the answer to that, because I've never seen our budget go over.
Oh, okay,
it-
so we've got a good
in-
track record.
Since
Yeah.
I've been working
Yeah.
here, so I don't know what happens if other departments go over. I mean, is there a certain
I
process?
know that the PEG TV line is part of the administrative budget,
Right.
and the selectmen have the authority to move money
Right.
anywhere within those lines without additional public approval,
Right.
Mm.
which includes us.
Mhm.
So I suspect we'd have to go back to the selectmen
Yeah.
and say, we're gonna be slightly over budget,
Mhm.
and we need X number of dollars. Is there another line in the budget that we can move money from to cover us for this year?
Okay.
But based on our track record,
Yeah.
we've never been over budget, from what
Right.
you just said.
Right.
So-
And till 2 years ago, if we ever went over, we had more franchise fee than we budgeted.
Right,
Um,
but now that's
And
shrinking.
now, we don't have that
Yeah.
cushion from
Right.
franchise fees, so that was my thought, we would have to go to the selectmen.
Yeah.
And so that's part of our, ongoing need to be more communicative with
I
them.
agree.
Mhm.
Transparent.
Yeah.
One possibility would be to go to our trust fund. They might say we should do that, but
I
we
don't know that we're allowed to do that.
well, we could for.
It's
I
our,
think that-
it's our expendable.
Yeah, but I
trust
thought the
fund.
trust, okay, my thought was the trust fund was for equipment kind of things and not for expendables like salary.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
know, do you?
Yes,
think so?
I think that Doug is on track, because that expendable trust fund is set up for a specific purpose, and you have to be careful on the use of those funds.
Noreen had,
Well, I was just gonna point out that we have a $5,000 budget for equipment that we haven't spent anything for in the budget.
Oh,
Could that come out of the expendable trust fund instead of out of the budget?
it depends on how the wording of the expendable trust fund, what it's for.
Mhm.
And that would have to go to the selectmen to have that approved.
It
Have
would.
approved to
It
expend
would.
those funds.
It
Right.
would, but it
Yeah.
could prevent us from going over budget.
Right,
Right.
right.
And
yes.
and I think, similarly to the town budget, where you know, each line they can move around, the same in our budget, we can, as long as the bottom
Yeah, I suppose
line
you're right.
is,
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
yeah,
we do have some leeway, not that we want to.
not a lot,
Right.
but some.
Try to do, not that
We
we
have
want to do
some.
that, you know.
It's a bad
but-
precedent to set.
Right,
Yeah.
right, but if
But
needed,
also consider, the selectmen are meeting more often
right,
themselves. That
Right.
wasn't anticipated when the budget was set.
Yeah.
The meetings are still going longer.
mhm.
And
So-
I think there's some new
so-
committees too. that are
Well,
formed.
that was anticipated, the CIP and
That was built into the budget.
it was.
Okay.
Although I will say, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Noreen, why don't
No.
you finish your sentence?
There was another committee that was,
Yeah, the budget committee
the master plan.
is meeting monthly, where
Monthly,
usually
yeah.
they take months off.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
they start again,
Right.
In
I
the
think they
fall.
meet once in the summer and then they start again in the fall during
Right.
budget
Right.
season. But they
Wow.
just came out with their schedule and they are meeting
Every month.
every month and then twice monthly in the fall.
And we did
So-
not know that when we prepared
No,
our budget.
No.
So
Right.
therefore, increase of,
It is
cost.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to the extent that maybe in the back of your mind, you have a place to track some of that,
Mhm.
to show it as data,
Mhm.
would be really helpful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, lots of unknown pieces, moving pieces.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so,
And, you know, like you mentioned the master plan, there, when they have community events and things, they would like us to be there
Right.
too,
Yeah.
so. We weren't at the forum they had at the gym, but it was, this way it was set up, it was all these small
Mhm.
working groups.
So it wasn't
So it was kind
video
of, you know, awkward to film.
was a good
Unless you
opportunity to
just go
film.
up to, you know, zoom in and one at a time, so, yeah. So we weren't there, but I suspect if they have more of those, you know, presentations or community forums, that they'll
Mm.
want us to capture that.
okay, anything else on looking at finances? Any particular item? Any questions for Asia on what did we buy? What's this for?
We got our one big PEG online services
I saw
invoice
that,
that came
yeah.
out, but then it looked like they also
Put something. in
put
there.
something else in that line.
Yeah.
So that needs to get corrected.
that
It should have been in online subscriptions and it ended up in PEG online services. Maybe maybe we reword one of those lines. Maybe it's confusing with the online, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
you're
not a
right.
big amount. I mean, it might
Yeah.
not
No.
be worth messing with.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, 119.
it's a small, yeah, it's
Okay.
small. I wouldn't,
Don't even worry about it.
I
Okay.
wouldn't.
And
at
that
this
line
point.
is still under budget. You know,
Yeah.
It is,
so-
right,
And nothing else is supposed to hit it
Yeah.
this
Okay.
year. But it did hit early, so at least that won't hit again, and
Right.
that'll help with the
Right.
overall
Yeah,
year-end.
yeah, where we are
projection.
at this point, yeah. Okay, then I'll just say that we reviewed the financial reports and answered some questions. Town meeting coverage, we haven't met since, you know, for a full meeting since then. How did things go in terms of your team and filming and broadcasting and
Good.
microphone?
Yeah, the
effectiveness?
sound went well. We set up, with the help of Lauren and Evan, we set up 2 cameras so that we could have more of an audience view and then the board view, which I don't know, I was gonna say it involved a little bit more work, but it really didn't. It really, you know, we would have had the staff there anyway because,
Yeah.
you know, town
back
meeting's
up.
such a big event, so we had the staff, you know, one person on each camera, and then Evan was using the OBS that we used to live stream. He was kind of using that as a way to cut the scenes through each camera, so he could change
Oh, wow.
the view. So a little bit of,
Is this the meeting this is the selectmen's meeting that was held at the gym?
Well, the Saturday meeting when you were in
She's-
MRI.
This is.
Oh,
she's
I
speaking
got
of
you.
town
The
meeting.
The annual meeting.
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
But I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Because the sound was really support
We could not hear
there.
in the back.
No.
And
Yeah.
Right, now, so now you're to a selectman meeting?
yeah,
Okay.
did you want
Okay.
to say
Just,
anything
was
else
there
about
anything
town
else up
meeting?
for the annual meeting? I watched a little bit of it after I got back, particularly the parts about Mad TV, and liked the fact that you could see who was talking.
Yeah, I
back and
was
forth.
really, really happy because I was not there. So I watched the whole
Oh,
meeting,
wow.
sitting at my desk at home. But the sound, the quality of the sound and the quality of the video was top notch.
Great.
And the fact that when the people came up to the microphone to speak, it was like you were right there sitting in the front row.
Mm.
Yeah,
And because, you could look at their expressions on their face.
Yeah.
So it was done excellent.
You know what I should mention about that though? We were not able to live stream it because of the Wi-Fi in the gymnasium.
Oh.
But I have been in touch with their IT director at the school, and he's gonna set us up with our own
Okay.
Wi-Fi so that because they have like data limits and things
Okay.
on their hub. So they're getting a new hub put in the gymnasium, and then we'll have our own login.
Oh,
So
good.
Good.
since talking with him and the principal, Heather Woodward, she was really, really helpful. As soon as I said we're having issues, she was like right on it. So
Oh, good.
so we haven't had streaming issues at the school.
Mm.
So
Good.
Quick question regarding the annual meeting, that obviously you've got a public microphone there that also broadcasts through speakers.
mhm.
So when the speakers come up, the audience there can hear it.
Mhm.
Is that part of our tasking, is to set up a voice so people could hear it at the meeting?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
It's our equipment.
Yeah. So
I didn't know if it was separate or not.
to lead into the selectmen's meeting that was a few weeks ago at the
Right.
gymnasium, that was really kind of a last minute
Switch.
switch. They were not going to
Right,
meet
I
at
know,
the
that
gym,
was, yeah. that was-
and the school had tennis or something in there, ping pong. They had some game in there, almost right up until that half hour until that meeting was about to start. So we should have had the speakers there, but I don't know that we would have had the time
Time
to set
get it
those
all
up.
set up.
When we do bring that big equipment that amplifies it for the
Right.
audience, it's almost 2 hours to set it up with
Oh
all
my
the
goodness.
equipment
Wow.
and
And a microphone.
and sound testing
Yeah.
and getting the stream going.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean that, and it really requires more than one person. That's a lot of work on just one
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So
So from now on, if the selectmen want to move their meeting to the gym, we need a 2-hour notice before the meeting
Or
starts.
2 days.
Yeah.
Or 2
yeah.
hour
We
notice.
need a 2-hour block.
We need a
of
2-hour
time.
Yeah.
block of time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you need time before the meeting, but I'm saying,
They need 2 days' notice.
yeah, you need 2 days notice, but you need
That's what I
that,
was thinking.
you need that 2 hours before the meeting
Absolutely.
starts.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's
So
all.
if there is a program with the school in the gymnasium and it
Mhm.
goes up until a half hour.
No, then you can't cover it.
Right, exactly.
I mean, they made accommodations for us even with the equipment we had.
Is that where there was one mic and people were sometimes talking from the audience and?
Well,
Or even those
there
who
was
came
there
to
was
the
there
mic.
was no amplified
Amplification.
audio to
Right.
the audience.
Right.
None.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just it
So-
was.
It was
Person would
just
come
into
up to
the
the
camera.
mic, talk to the selectmen,
Right, right.
we'd record it, but it's not coming back to the audience.
And at
Yeah.
times, people were turning to the audience to
Yeah.
talk, and then the mic wasn't picking it up.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
was one way or the other,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, So, yeah, yeah.
But as far as what you captured on the video, you got everything from that meeting.
Right,
Okay,
right.
good.
Yep.
Good.
And I think even when people turned, I
You
mean,
were still
Lauren
picking
was the
up.
one
Yeah.
on it, and she
Yeah.
was
I noticed it depended
Focus,
how they
turning it up.
turned. If the
Yeah.
mic was here and they turned like this,
Yeah.
it didn't work. But if the mic was here and they turned like this, kind of got behind the mic or on the side of it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Then
Yeah,
it was
some
okay.
people I could hear and some I couldn't, yeah.
So I don't know if we want like a formal, request form for that amplification, or if we want to just make sure that we're, people know, boards and committees know that if you're going to meet in the gymnasium
I don't think we need
and you need that,
Yeah, I would think it
equipment
would
that we
be
need.
SOPs, standard operating
Yeah.
procedure.
I don't-
That anytime that we're asked to set up in the gymnasium, we need that 2-hour block
Okay.
dedicated in the gymnasium, nothing else going on. Allow us the time to set up the equipment so the people present can hear it and the people that are not present have a chance
Right.
to see it live.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think we need a forum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it could
just standard procedure.
Be something where
could
we
it just
talk.
be a memo that
That's what
goes
I'm
to
thinking.
the board?
I would suggest a
Okay.
memo.
Yeah.
Okay,
MOU, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
okay.
That might be a great idea.
Yeah, and we can talk about that with the select board,
Yeah.
in terms of how we're working together and what we each need. and-
Right, that could go on the agenda for them.
Right, I agree.
It also brings up the school, if a school board does it, they're under the same restrictions. Not
Right.
just the selectmen.
That's
Like for a school
true, yeah.
board meeting.
It's hard to use.
So maybe a memo to the school board and the select board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would think I would think the selectmen would pass it on to other boards, maybe not. I'm just trying to think of any
Not
other,
necessarily.
They may to other town boards, but I don't know if they really
Sometimes
go to the
the
select.
zoning meets there.
I was just thinking that,
And planning
maybe,
board depends if there's something.
Yeah, I think any committees or boards that.
maybe I
meet
can
there,
just send it to the town administrator
And ask her to pass it on.
and then separately send it to the school so they
Oh,
get it as
yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
she's not gonna send it to the
Right,
school,
no,
you
right,
know,
right.
but she would send it out to all
The other
chair.
boards.
Yeah,
All the
yeah,
boards.
just check
Board
with
of
her and make sure
directors.
she,
Yeah.
Candy will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't wanna make a policy and that nobody knows about
Yeah,
it, you know? Communication, that's what we're
Right.
trying to get better at.
Well, you and your team have made us so spoiled that we're able to hear everything at all these meetings, no matter where they meet. And that one meeting
yeah.
that we didn't have audio,
Yeah, right?
You
Take it for
spoiled us.
granted, yeah.
And I didn't realize why speakers were turning to the audience so much. And it was because they were trying to help the audience hear them.
Hear them,
And
yeah,
then, and
true.
then the selectmen would say, you have to talk to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Which I think is their meeting procedure, you
It
are
is.
supposed
It
to
is.
direct
Yeah.
the.
That was
Exactly.
that was sort of a
Yeah.
no-win situation for us.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest the mic would be in a different position, but it's obviously a different issue that you have to have
Yeah.
time to set up properly.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right, good point. All right, so town meeting, annual town meeting coverage went very well and other things can be addressed. Air conditioning at the office, we'll get into this more later, but has anything, when I last talked to you, we just need a hole.
Selectman Dame dropped off one of those units, so that's there. I have been in touch with the DPW, but then I was supposed to get in touch with Dave Swiss specifically, and I did not this week because I've just had so much going on. So it is sitting there. Dave's open to doing the work. It's just a matter of
Okay.
finding the
Scheduling.
time.
Did
Although with that being said, it doesn't look like it's a difficult job, and I don't know.
Did George drop off the tubing as well?
Yeah, at first he couldn't find the right tubing, but he found it all.
Okay.
I mean, I have a picture.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
I've got them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So then the machine would have to go in front of that bench, and the tubes have to go over it through the hole where the current AC unit is.
yeah, unfortunately, it's a little bit wider than the current
Okay.
unit, so that would need to
Oh.
be reframed.
Can you actually put that unit up on on the table rather than on the floor? I know how heavy they are, but
Yeah, it's pretty good
The
size
only
unit.
way I think I'd be comfortable was if it had a brace, so that it wouldn't fall off.
yeah, things on the
Is it on wheels?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's on wheels.
Yeah, you can. I've got these little things that you put under the wheels with a hole in them, just so that it doesn't roll around.
But even if there were, I mean, this is not likely, but even if there were like a small earthquake or something and it just
Yeah.
jiggled off, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and fell to the floor and smashed, because the bench is high.
Yeah.
The bench in
But
there
are
is
you
pretty
able to
high
reach
up, so.
the controls? If it's up on the bench, it might be out of reach.
Oh, good point. I'm pretty
Potentially.
short.
Well, I'm just thinking that if you've got the bench like here, that device is gonna have to be out this far so that you can get the tube out over the bench and through the hole. It's gonna be sort of in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the way.
How far do you need with the
Well,
exhaust?
if the unit is this deep
Yeah.
and then the tube comes out, the tube then has to go up. So you've gotta get another, so that unit's gonna be away from the bench, it's gonna be this far into the floor area. 2 feet, 2.5 feet, 3 feet.
And also, the closer the unit is to the hole, and the less piping you use, the more efficient it's going to be.
Noreen,
Okay.
Now, Ron, you said that unit would not be as effective as the wall unit, and Doug, I thought you had a wall unit that you were,
It's sitting there,
the wall unit, your wall unit?
isn't
So
it?
why are we worrying about Joe Dean's
I
air
think
conditioner?
because I don't know what to call it, the ground unit, Joe Dame's unit, does not
Portable.
exhaust in. It only exhausts out, correct? But a wall unit would
Correct.
exhaust in.
Mm,
So I think using
Okay.
that type of air conditioner would solve some of our exhaust problems,
oh, I see.
Yeah,
from
'cause
what I
that-
understood.
Let's not forget about the long-term solution as opposed to this short-term solution we're talking about now.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Right.
This was a short term,
Mm.
and the discussion for the mini split was for the
Long-term,
long term.
right.
Right.
And also too, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but as I recall, because I had one years ago, that because you're exhausting, you're going to be drawing in the air from the inside the building into that room. So you mentioned there was some exhaust fumes that sometimes come into the room, but
Right.
this unit's going to be sucking air wherever it can get it
Right.
and exhausting it out the window,
So it's still
which
just-
is going to draw in potentially contaminated
It's,
air.
yeah, it's still gonna work the same as the in-wall unit will.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just sucks the air from a different location, but it's still drawing internal air into itself.
It's gonna
Yeah.
get air from somewhere.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I guess I wasn't thinking about it will, we'll still have fumes, that it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
This might actually make it a tiny bit worse
Yeah.
because of the way it draws air.
I see, okay. Well, there is another, window AC there that Doug did donate,
mhm.
but it's also wider than the AC that
Oh.
was there, so it's not just like a swapping it out.
So you
It's,
have to
it's
reframe the window?
recutting, reframing.
Oh my, yeah.
But the space is there
The space is
For it.
there.
that was
And it's,
already, that was framed to the one that was in there, so it's a matter of widening that space. I mean, is it a big job? I mean, it's not cutting wall, it's cutting
there's
whatever
just a
that
piece of plywood
plywood,
there. That's
right.
all
Right,
that's
it's
there.
cutting the plywood
It-
and then reframing.
It doesn't sound that
No, I
complicated.
don't think so.
And if that unit provides cooler air than
And Dave was willing to do that, right?
I thought.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was willing to do that
there's a-
before this
Yeah.
portable unit ever came up.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you think he's allowed to do it? Is there a selectman who was gonna
I think
have us
that's
stop it
been,
again?
no, I think that's been,
Resolved.
resolved,
Okay,
yeah, I
Okay.
think they have given them the go-ahead.
Okay,
I
good. Okay.
I shouldn't say I think, I know they have given them the go-ahead,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
now it's just a matter of,
So can we, at this point, say, work on getting together with Dave when you can and, see what makes the most sense, if you can get the
Okay.
wall unit in, do it, if the shelf needs to be moved or a hole cut in the shelf so the hose goes through that instead of
Well,
in front of it,
if
or-
we use the in-wall unit, there's no hose.
Right,
right, exactly,
right,
yeah.
Right.
Which sounds like the better option.
Yeah.
For the
If
short
it's-
term.
For the short term,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little bit hopeful that maybe the other piece would be a long-term solution, but it sounds like it won't if it's also pulling in the same.
You thought Joe's
fumes.
unit might be the
Yeah,
long term, but yeah,
yeah.
it sounds like no.
Because the room is so small
Mhm.
Yeah.
that I thought maybe it would keep it cool enough, but it's
Mhm.
not just about the temperature, it's about the
Right,
air quality
right.
too.
Yeah.
I know. Well,
I mean,
maybe-
another thing to look at would be something that cleans the air. I mean, that would be another machine.
I was wondering if.
An air
if
purifier.
Yeah.
I was wondering if Doug's machine might have a better filter in it. I mean, it might already, if it's newer, it might have a better filter.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
That machine came from my daughter's house,
Oh,
and it was there when she bought it.
mm,
Not installed, but it was there.
mhm.
And there are 4 more just like it, sitting in a closet there.
Uh,
Oh,
Still boxed or?
no.
So
They had used it at one point in time,
Uh-huh.
moved it into in the fall, they'd taken it out, put it in
Sure,
this closet,
okay.
and just never
Well, in
reinstalled
the
it.
interest of moving along, can we do that? And you two had both offered to help
Yeah,
if
we
nothing
could.
else was gonna,
Well,
so
it-
to call on Ron and Doug if you
Yeah,
want another
if-
opinion.
What's the gentleman's name again? I'm sorry.
Dave Swift.
Dave,
Swift.
okay. If Dave would like some help,
Mhm.
let us know.
Okay.
Because just to move forward, because
Yeah.
it's gonna be in the 70s at the end of this week.
Mhm.
So warm
Yeah.
weather's coming, and
Yeah.
the sooner the better.
Yeah, it's gotta
Yeah.
get done.
It's gotta get done.
If you set a time with Dave, maybe let Ron know, you know. if
Let
you
me know.
can
We've
make
got
it,
time and tools, and yeah, we can help.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, would it just be more direct just to have the three of us, Ron, Doug, and myself, go over there and take a look and,
I think it's better, my personal opinion, to have Dave involved.
okay,
I think because it's their building, their territory, I think to work as a team
Okay.
with the DPW is a better approach, in my
Okay.
personal opinion. Even though he may not do a lot, but to have him there and to make sure he agrees with what we're doing
right,
and how we're doing
right,
it, I think is important.
right. Because it does affect their space.
And we get a buy-in from DPW by doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and
Yeah. One of the contractors that I met with about a mini split, he sort of suggested, why don't we just cut a hole in the wall and put in a window unit, you know, or a wall unit, but not a mini split.
Mhm.
He said it would save you thousands of dollars. There was
True.
some concern that if trucks are running outside of the building, then you're pulling in the fumes
Yeah, but it's,
from
Yeah,
that.
but that's,
But
yeah.
he felt that that was pretty minimal and
Yeah.
would mostly
Minimal.
happen in the
Yeah.
winter,
Right.
when the AC was not
right,
running.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
yeah.
So,
Well, it's a possibility.
not to complicate our long-term solution, but I
Well,
wanna choose the best one for the
let's-
space, and the mini splits are not inexpensive.
No, they're
No.
not. They're
So-
thousands.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
with the mini split, you get both heat and AC rather than just a window AC unit.
you do.
But, and Dave suggested to you that the cost of this comes out of the building.
Building capital
Right, so I would go
trust fund.
back to Dave and ask him what he thinks is the best solution or the best path to move forward with.
Okay. I just don't wanna put too much pressure on.
No,
He's
no,
not, the authority on
no.
the garage or
Or
our
on that
space or
trust-
on air conditioners, so
Yeah.
I appreciate his help, I just don't
Yeah,
wanna
no, you're right.
take advantage of, asking him too much or,
But also too, I think we have to look at what we're trying to do long-term.
right,
We don't want to have a temporary solution, then another temporary solution,
Right.
then a final.
yeah,
Let's just do it right the first time, in my opinion. If we can,
But
use-
timing wise, we need to do
No,
something.
yeah,
quick.
absolutely. If we can find a park curve on a long-term solution, Joe's might be the simplest one to get it cooled down temporarily until we get the best solution. I just hate to see us rush into something that, I wish we'd have done this versus this, but because of timing, we were forced into that.
Yeah. And we're not talking about anything major right now. We want to get one of those two units
Right.
working.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we still need to go back to what are the best long-term solutions.
I agree.
and I think that's part of our discussion with the selectmen, like that building capital trust fund.
Mhm.
If that's something that should be
And
used for
right.
a town building, then
I think it would be nice for the town to have office space that they could use going forward, that, I mean, maybe the DPW director moves in there when we move out, or something like that, I don't know, but it's a nice place to work if you need it.
Mhm.
I mean, what was that room you saw before we got it, do you know, anybody know?
All right, if anybody knows, it would be you.
I do not know.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I don't think it was a town. I
Oh,
don't think
is
it was
it
a
still a
town
private-
building, it was,
It was the
still a
Ward
private.
garage.
It
Oh,
was
that's right, it was the Ward.
the Gray's
something?
garage, I believe.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, somebody's
Oh.
garage.
Yeah.
Oh.
It might have
So
been-
it-
That's
yeah.
right, yeah.
That little area might have been a storage or an
It was
office.
a private
Yeah.
garage.
Yeah.
And then the town bought that from
The
them?
town bought it, yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, I didn't realize that, okay.
Just a reminder, one of the things I sent, that 2005 memo that did say, I had number 5, that
Yeah,
Mad
it had that name.
PEG would be responsible for getting the building.
But that was
But
then, I just
That, I was
wanna
just
say,
gonna
you
say,
know,
that was at that point in time, to
In
get
time.
control of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That
it was a
wasn't
very
necessarily moving
small
forward.
operation,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so,
so,
all right, I would like to move along, we've got a lot, and
Yeah.
I would like to get to recycling before noon.
okay.
All right, so, going to the board on, the select board on Tuesday, we are on the agenda. Lucia tells me the only thing on the agenda, at least that was true Tuesday, other than all the routine things. Hopefully they will be approving appointments for you too. But beyond that, do we want to share with them the timeline, any of the stuff that Noreen and Joy and,
Haven't we already quote unquote shared it with them, since Joy got a lot of this information to begin with?
well, I don't know if she's shown it to anybody else on the
Yeah, I don't think the
board.
entire select board has seen it all.
Yeah.
I think they have seen some documents, but the timeline has a better overview of, it's a bigger snapshot of than just the 2005. You know?
And along with some of the things that Noreen said yesterday about when things changed with Conway, that was 2012.
2015, I think, when we,
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone who contributed to all the information that you shared in the last 3 or 4 days. A lot of work. I know you did a lot of work. I know Noreen did some work. Hope. Just thank everyone for all the details.
Yeah.
Because that gives us a history
Mhm.
of where we came from and where we are today.
And at that selectmen meeting at the gym, it was brought up that they want to know, the history of Med TV and where we fall under town,
Structure,
Yeah, yeah.
government, yeah.
Then
yeah.
maybe a request to Lucia to have her distribute to the board this set of documents that's been put together.
Exactly, I've told Lucia I will send her things by email,
Okay.
Today or tomorrow, and then Monday morning she'll put them in the board
So
packet.
let's assume that the selectmen will all see this information, that by the time we get to the meeting.
Yeah, I think we just need to decide, do we just send them everything we have? Do we kind of, piece it all down into
I'd
one
say-
document?
what questions are we trying to answer for them? I mean, I think that's the important
Well,
part.
I think this document, these
Mhm.
documents answer all the questions that they had.
They had,
So I
okay.
think our strategy there is to go, stand up at the meeting and say, all right, we know you've got this document. What questions, further questions do you have that we can answer?
And I did forward the policies, our operating policies
Yes.
and the mission that we worked on in 2024 to all of the selectmen.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that went to everybody.
Yeah,
Um,
a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And those are online. Those are on
And they're
our
online.
website.
That's right.
So
That's right. Yep.
So I think that's the solution, is to say, all right, what further questions do you have?
And what are our questions for them? And that was some of the things that in my letter that
Yeah.
Asia presented to each of you?
Two things I thought about when I was reading through this in our meeting coming up on Tuesday. One is perception is very important. When we're there on Tuesday, we should all sit together,
I can't.
preferably in the
You
same
can't be
room.
there?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I know whoever
Whoever
can be
Okay,
there,
okay.
we need to sit together, not scattered throughout the room to show team unity. Just that perception, not number one. Number two, in reading through all this information, a question came to my mind, and I'm going to bring this up at the risk of being booed. Way back when, there was a formal warrant presented at the town annual meeting to make PEG TV pretty much like any other committee in town, which means that the people that served on the PEG board were elected. And it was disapproved,
Right, it was
according to the
defeated. It was
information.
defeated,
Right,
yes.
right.
But that was 20 years ago.
Mhm.
And looking at all the boards and committees, and we've all served on a number of them, do we want to perhaps reinitiate the thought that we should be like the rest of the boards and the committees in town and become not appointed but elected by the legislators? I'm just presenting that, thinking out loud, and then we're just like any other board, because I remember George Epstein turning to you during the annual meeting, and I watched it on video, and they said that Ron Force was appointed to the PEG TV board. Oh, it didn't go through the normal election process? Oh, no, they were appointed, we're not elected.
Right.
And they didn't even remember, somebody,
Mhm.
I think it was Jacob, didn't even remember that they had appointed, you
Yeah.
know, me a year ago, and
Right.
and you,
And me.
and
Right.
you,
Yes,
and
oh,
you,
yeah.
and
So,
you more recently.
Do we want to be, and there may be reasons why we shouldn't do this, and I don't know what they are because I'm kind of new on the board. But my thought is to reduce the number of questions. Why is PEG TV different than all the rest of the
Well,
committees?
Conservation Committee is appointed, there are other appointed
Okay.
boards.
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
this group is the only group that has its own revenue stream.
Or did. I mean,
Well,
does
no,
that-
we still do.
Still do,
It
right.
may not cover
Well,
our
we do.
whole budget.
Right,
but
okay.
we are only group that has a revenue stream,
Mm-hmm.
which means, from my point of view, that we need to be separate from.
An independent agency?
Yes.
And that's point number one in this timeline and documents, talking about the difference between independent agencies and executive departments.
Mhm.
And this was stuff you said Joy pulled from some
Yeah.
research she
Yeah.
did. This is not RSA or
Mhm.
anything else, but, you know, that's kind of some of the reasons. But again, I think that's something we talk to the select board about, you know,
Mhm.
Well, I think,
or maybe don't talk unless they bring, I don't know.
I think we need to go to the selectmen with an opinion that's of our group,
Okay.
not
Okay.
separate
Okay.
opinions. And I would say, we don't bring it up unless they do, and we continue the way we have been, which is a quasi-independent organization, using the facilities of the town as a means just to do our job because it's convenient.
Okay, the counter argument or counterpoint to that is we are now becoming more and more reliant
That's true.
on the tax base to support
Yeah.
our mission,
Which will only increase.
which will only increase. Exactly.
Wow.
And because the legislative body and the taxpayers are now a part of the process, we used to be totally independent. And looking at the 20 years ago minutes, we didn't need any taxpayer money. We were,
Although we got it until 2012.
right, but I mean, we were very independent. But now we're becoming more and more dependent on taxpayers.
Yeah,
Things
So
have shifted.
to be dependent on taxpayers and not give them a voice.
Well, they have a voice through the
No,
selectmen.
Right, they have a voice for selectmen, but they get to, and that's why I'm bringing it up, they get to elect the people on our board. But as you know, the boards kind of gel, we get people interested, and we talk to each other, and then we submit our candidacy to the town hall, and we get hopefully elected.
And the select board has done things in the last few years of, someone who's long-term on the Conservation Commission didn't get appointed again, even though she still wanted to serve. And so even with them appointing, they could change the structure of
But
this
I
board.
remember Jake Bowie's comments at several public meetings, and he doesn't feel comfortable with our independency.
Right, no.
I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And,
But hopefully we can get him more comfortable.
right, hopefully get him more comfortable, but, I'm not sure I agree with Doug that we should not bring it up, but, and maybe they're okay with it as a rule, but I feel that as we become more reliant on tax base, we should also allow our tax base or our legislative body to have a say in our board, my personal opinion.
I would agree that we don't bring it up.
Okay.
If it comes up,
If it
then
comes up,
we've got to deal with
But
it. But
I think we need to have a
and
position.
maybe in the future we.
I think, I hate to see us disagree among ourselves if they bring it up. So I think we collectively should have an opinion. And I'm willing to go either way because I don't know all the nuances of our history. So I'm open to listen to reasons why we should be independent, or perhaps reasons why we should now change. I'm good either way.
Well, I'll have to say that I've been involved in more than one of these organizations. And in general, public TV likes to be independent. It's public TV. It's not a part of a town that the town has control over. It's a media. It's people saying what they want to say whenever they
It's
want
like
to
free
say.
press. You don't
Yes.
want government involvement
Exactly.
to basically skew what we represent.
That's right. And if what happens is if the town takes the revenue and then gives some of the revenue back to the committee, we may not get it all. And we may be forced to make things smaller if we are what's the word I want? If the entire revenue stream is allocated to us, and yeah, we may need some more to cover what we're going to do, that's the basis of the town hiring public access TV to present the town meetings.
Noreen had.
I was going to bring up one other point, and that was being able to be a member of another town committee. The reason initially for that, when in that one document that said we won't be a part of any other boards or commissions, was because of the free speech aspect of it, and and Madison TV or PEG TV not being challenged by any other board or committee to not be videoed because it is public information. So it kind of leans into this. Now, we have the situation where we have multiple people because we only have so many people in our town who are willing to volunteer. And so if you want to volunteer and you happen to be on this committee, the town can certainly, the selectmen have an opportunity to say no, but I think that was in the establishment of the PEG TV, was there not to be a conflict of interest in determining when and when not to turn off the channel.
Okay.
Because of free speech, because of this free speech element. But that's, it goes a little bit with what you're trying to get at with the independence, all right? But
And it hasn't been a problem yet.
it was for me because I was not allowed to be appointed to the Conservation Commission because I was because I was part of Madison TV.
Is that statement, I read that and I thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Is that still in effect today?
Well,
No, well, we don't think so because when we redid our policies,
yeah.
we changed it to you cannot be on the Board of Selectmen and this committee
Okay,
to avoid
okay.
Not the
conflict of
selectmen,
interest.
but it
Okay,
did not prevent
good.
other committees.
That's fine, okay.
Right. But that
Otherwise-
might need to be.
Yeah, I want 2 jobs.
But
Yeah.
that might need to
You're
be
fired,
pointed
you're
out
fired.
Please, please,
If
yes.
it comes up.
Right,
That is in our current
Okay,
operating
good.
policy.
which the Board of Selectmen
Have
accepted,
reviewed,
reviewed.
And accepted.
At a
right.
meeting
So
last year.
So it takes
changed
the place
policy.
of that former
Yeah.
2005
Yes, yeah.
document,
Yeah.
which at the time, I mean, I understand why it was put together
Sure.
that way.
Mhm.
But with so few people in a
Yes,
town
yes.
to volunteer for the
Yeah.
the numerous committees.
Yeah, the overlap
just
there
does
is
not make
on
sense.
various committees.
And- And the Madison Teves has not been challenged by any committee,
No.
as far as I know, to be
Yeah.
You know,
video.
it's well enough established that it's just understood that the filming
is
is
understood.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I get the sense that
Yeah.
generally we want to remain independent. Do I kind of hear that at this point?
I think that's where we are.
Okay.
Yes, I think it
So
is. I
we're going to
think
this
Doug has
meeting
good points.
Monday. If it gets brought up,
Mhm.
we'd like to remain in an independent status,
Yeah.
is what I'm
Appointed,
hearing.
appointed by selectmen, or approved, appointments
Approved.
approved by
Approved by the
selectmen,
selectmen.
which gives
Well,
the
it's-
legislative body, I mean, it gives the legislative body an opportunity to speak up, right?
Yes, yeah, and I think it's more than approved by, I think they
Mhm.
appoint us.
Mhm.
We, you know, and if we, you know, got to a
Yeah.
point where we didn't have a candidate to recommend when.
I think
Fine.
legally, I hope you're spot on.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that they approve. They actually appoint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
yeah,
have the authority to
Yeah.
appoint.
Right, and we're on their document,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah,
And-
that's
and-
right, that's one of the.
we're very intertwined with from the very beginning, through payroll.
You have to, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've been
Yeah.
intertwined with the
Yeah.
town for a long time.
I guess I do have a question about, you know, the definition of independent. I know it's there in that document, but, like the way I see it, I would like a little bit more support from the town that we are part of the
We're like a
town
department.
and that we are a department. And
Mhm.
I looked at all these other PEG stations around the state, and if you go to the town website, they're right there under a town department.
Mhm.
We are too.
We're not in the department tab, we're in a boards and committee,
Yes,
Mhm.
correct.
but we are not listed we're not listed as a town department
Correct,
on the
yeah.
website.
By
And I know
website.
that's only like
Semantics.
one place, you know, maybe
Right.
semantics, but still to have that support and to show, like,
To be part of communications.
like the welcome packet, which I have something for later on, to new residents, we're not mentioned in there whatsoever.
Mhm.
So
And that
I
would-
think we should,
yeah.
I agree we should run independently from, you know, so we don't have conflict of interest
Mhm.
and, but I would still like to see our town, from the town admin side, say that, hey, this is our TV department and this is what they do and and this is how you can support them.
And you're the department head.
Yeah, yeah. You talked about, you know, there's been some questioning of our salaries, but the budget committee didn't ask you to come as other department heads did, so there was no chance to
Yeah.
explain, justify, you know, our
Well, and
budget
that,
at all.
I guess that's where I'm looking for, you know, like a definition, like, so we're independent, but then when but I'm a town department head, so when the selectmen meet with department heads and the budget committee meet with department heads and the CIP meets with department heads and we're not asked to meet with them, there's never an appointment made, shouldn't they?
So it's a little bit of a conflict with, we wanna be independent, but we
Yeah.
wanna be a department.
Right,
Yeah.
So I just wanna, I guess I just wanna clearly define what that independence
Mhm.
means.
Yeah.
Or what we want, you know, what do we want it to mean, and then like you said, what do the selectmen have
Yeah.
questions about?
Yeah, that's what I think our role is changing somewhat from what it was initially, because we had a revenue stream that was, and we had no taxpayer dollars involved. And I got a feeling that this subject is going to be brought up. I'm not going to bring it up on Tuesday, but I get a feeling the selectmen are going to bring it up. and we need to respond to it. But I still think we ought to, long-term, not today, but long-term, we ought to look at the advantages and disadvantages, my opinion, of either being independent, totally independent, or becoming like any other board and committee in this town, where the board members are chosen by the electorate, by the legislative body. I think we ought to look at both of that in advantages, disadvantages, because of today's environment.
Does anybody know how the recreation department is formatted in that way? Are they appointed or elected? The recreation
They're not
committee?
elected. They're not
I was
elected.
gonna ask.
Okay, because
what
they
if-
would be the other department that does have a revenue stream.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yep,
So,
yeah.
not that we need to be just like them, you know,
No,
but
and-
maybe
and-
to follow.
What other boards are appointed? Conservation,
ZBA.
CBA is appointed, okay.
Yeah.
And do they have funds, do they spend?
Yeah, we spend money. I mean, we got
Yeah.
legal fees that we spend.
So that's general fund money.
Yeah, that comes from
Yeah,
the general fund.
yeah.
And
It's
the-
funds, but it's not revenue, right?
Right.
The
Right,
ZBA doesn't
right.
That's
make
correct.
any money for
That's
the
right.
town, where we
And the ABC
do, so.
is elected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But there's
So-
others on here, library trustee, now that's elected, right?
Library
See,
trustees are.
yeah.
Inspectors of
None of this
elections.
is very clear.
Yeah.
There is no solid
Clear
waste
as mud, as
advisory
they say,
anymore.
right?
I mean, that hasn't met for years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah.
Planning board.
We just move on as it is, that's all.
I think if it comes up, that's one of the issues
We could
we
discuss.
need to explore together.
Exactly.
You know,
I like
I
it.
think
I
our
like
answer
that.
is we need to
Look at-
let's look into
yeah.
it
Yeah.
Right.
and come and get back to you.
Mhm.
Well, and
Yeah.
talk to them as
And-
we,
and
as
talk
we
to them
go.
and get
Yeah,
their feedback.
yeah,
I
That's
agree.
part of,
Yeah.
talking, and the rec committee is a, a good one to talk about.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
If we are going to make, a big change in, like, say, we are going to have the directors elected now, would that mean that we would have to have a public hearing? Would the legislative body need to be involved?
That was, I thought it was a warrant article
Yeah.
in 2006 that was
Right.
defeated.
Yes.
To change the makeup of the directors to be elected versus
Correct.
being
Right.
appointed,
Yeah.
and it was defeated to be
Right,
elected.
so
Yeah.
it would probably have to be a warrant article
Yeah,
again.
Have to
it
be a
would have
warrant
to be a
article,
warrant
yeah.
article.
Yeah,
To-
so
to
it's,
change that.
something that can't happen
Mhm.
for
Right.
a year and a half or kind of
Or
thing.
however.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, some other things that Asia and I had talked about, just things like if on the town website homepage, there could be a watch Mad TV button right there, so they didn't have to search through. I go through this one, I wanna look for something, where do I find this? Oh, departments, okay, under here.
And I think that's an issue because we don't have a town web administrator.
Okay.
It's sort of a catch as catch can, and
Mhm.
there's nobody there that's got,
Uh-huh.
But Asia can do our page. She
Yes,
has
yes.
Yeah.
access to revise and update
Yeah.
our page.
yeah.
And I like the way the pages are all different
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
And all the little letters. I said it really catches your attention.
No, it's good. It's a
Is
good
it too
page.
much? Because I try
No,
to catch
no.
people's
So-
attention,
so if-
but
if you need
it looks like
change-
rainbow, then maybe it's too
If you
much.
need changes elsewhere, just make the request to Lucia and have them, say to Lucia, I want this on the homepage, and let her deal with getting it done.
Right, but then I'm like, do we have to ask the selectmen? Is it their
No.
webpage? Is
No.
it?
It's administrative.
Okay.
Just ask Lucia to get it done.
Yeah, I
If
guess
she
that's
has
a
an
good
issue,
place
then
to,
she can take
right.
it.
if-
Yeah,
if-
exactly, exactly.
If she, yeah, good. So another question was, and this we need to ask Joy,
Mhm.
does she want her name attached to this? That she did really the major part, it sounds like. I mean, Asia worked with her, but, for the other board members to know that, this is her work.
I mean, I
So-
guess we could ask her, I wouldn't see why not, but,
Okay.
You can ask her, but she
A
is
quick
the
question to
chair.
her.
She is the chair, so if she decides to pass that information on, great. If she decides not to, then she's the chair.
I did ask her, but I'm not sure I got a very clear answer.
Well,
I mean, she seemed,
Could, if we wanted to share all of what we compiled along with what she compiled, then she could make the decision as to what she wants to share
Right.
with the board, with
I
her
agree.
board.
I agree.
And maybe just go through that channel.
Yeah.
I can see people asking, where did this come from? Some of it is just
Mhm.
quoting. I guess we can just leave it that way.
Yeah.
The fact that this is,
If Joy has the information, I feel that we'll let her decide how to distribute it.
And I don't know that you need to distribute the stuff that I put together necessarily. I mean, you know, that old document, I don't know if you need anything that I did, I took out of the reports. I took out of the
Right,
publicly available reports
Yeah.
and the annual reports for the town.
And it was very helpful. Thank
So
you.
it just kind
Yeah.
of, but it was just spotting on what the question
Right, but
was,
it really
okay?
provides that
Yeah.
collective history.
Yeah.
that
to
we need.
me, the
So-
fact that we got town general funds for years.
Until,
Is
what was it,
important.
2024? I think 2024 was the first year that tax funds were added to our balance.
No, I'm talking about when, back
Oh.
in 2005,
when it
6,
was
7,
started.
8, we were
Yes.
getting general funds.
Mhm.
And
Right.
until, you said 2016, I can
No,
look back at it.
until 20, I think it
12?
was 2010. I think it was 2010. I think the 2010 the document that I sent you, I sent two. I sent
Yeah.
a report that was developed for the 2010
This,
annual,
that,
no, it was the other one. I sent, there were two others. This one with the
Okay,
note right
this
here,
one,
this one with
okay,
the
and it
note.
says at the
Right.
top.
At the top. It's
Yes.
the note at the top.
Okay.
Is I think I wrote this, it was in my file, dated 2/11, and I probably wrote it and it was it was a too late submission because
Mhm.
Jim
It was too
Moy
late.
was just not on top of
Uh-huh,
it.
Okay,
So, but what this says is that we were totally independent in 2010. We were independent
Right.
of the town. We were using only franchise fees
Yeah.
for our budget, and the budget was pretty level at
yeah.
that time.
Managed it well within the budget set by
Exactly.
the
So
franchise
that was
fees.
the first
Was it-
year.
Is that the first year that happened? That's,
That's, what I put on there is in my email was, I can't find anything before that.
okay, okay.
There was no write-up for the annual report
So it might have been true in
before that.
2009, but we don't know that.
It might have been, I just
Okay,
don't have the
okay,
data.
Okay.
I mean, that's a long time ago.
Oh, absolutely.
To have the
Yeah.
electronic
Okay.
data,
Oh, no.
I was surprised I found that one.
Yeah.
Dated 2/11,
So at that
2011.
point, Jim wasn't submitting anything for the annual town report.
I
So we don't know.
don't think so. I don't think so.
Somebody would have to look back.
It wasn't in the town report. If
Okay.
it was, it might have been something buried in the selectmen's report.
Yeah.
I did
yeah,
not go
okay,
look
sure,
there.
Sure.
I
okay,
was looking
okay,
at,
okay.
it was 2011, actually, the town annual report for 2011 was the first time we had a page from
Okay.
Madison TV. This one didn't make it. This was supposed to be in the
Right,
2010
right.
annual report. So,
So do we know if from day one of Mad TV that we were collecting the franchise fees?
it looked to me as if after 2006, okay, they did make an appropriation of some $5,000 or $6,000
Right.
from the town. In the next year, it's possible, or the year after, that there was a franchise fee then that came through that was 15 and the budget was then 20. I have those annual meetings in my car, the annual reports in my car, but from what I could tell, it looked as if the budget kind of stabilized at 20,000, and at one point, the town had authorized 5,000 in the operations
Payroll.
budget, but then there was a warrant article or something about the 15,000 that was coming from franchise fees. I think after that, then sometime, maybe between 2008 and 2009 and then 2010, the franchise fees took care of the entire
Increased
budget.
and- Yeah, okay.
So I just don't have I don't have a writing that says it. But if you look at the budgets for all of those years, 2007, 08, and 09, it was around 20,000. And then I found that one that says, okay, yeah, we were totally independent in 2010. But those first couple of years, or the first year, was supported by the town.
And for several years, still a small,
Still
about
a small-
$5,000.
As from what I could tell.
Okay, that's our understanding,
So there's precedent
yeah.
involved for the town adding to our budget.
Yeah,
And then
from the
when-
general
When it was
fund.
established.
And then when the franchise fees got high enough, that backed off,
didn't
and
have to.
and now we're back to
First
that.
5 years or so.
And now we're
yeah.
back to what it was when we first started.
When was the first year our expendable trust fund showed up? I wonder. Because wouldn't that,
That would be franchise fees that we didn't spend.
Yeah.
So that might be
Say like
2012. If
No, it
2011 we were were within our franchise fees, our budget was within the franchise fees. I mean,
I have the town reports, I can look at it and email you, or email Asia and let her know.
Okay.
I have the town
Oh,
reports, I can see when it showed up in the listing, the expendable trust
Yeah,
fund.
that should all be
We-
listed in the town report.
We had that small one, we've got two.
yeah.
So we had the small one because we were being asked to generate CDs for meetings because there was no other way to look at the meetings and.
That was the
and it
technology
was
at the time.
It was,
Yeah.
and it was, they were used for legal,
Yeah.
legal cases and stuff like that. Or somebody just wanted to see it because they had a problem with something. And so we would charge $25 for the CD, and that went into that little account. And that's how we built up our first equipment account
Yeah.
to get a new camera, because we didn't really have it in that budget at the time. Or at least that was the evolution.
right, it looks like the budget was just covering wages, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right, right. Until we went to Telview, and then things got, then we needed more funding.
Right.
So I think this is a good one to send to the select board, so they can
Mhm.
see this,
Mhm.
this date of
Right.
2011.
Mhm.
But was the town paying Conway when Conway was broadcasting to Madison?
That one document, or in the other document, this one,
This one?
yeah. This is where in 2016, Conway wanted, in 2013, Conway wanted to charge the town $5,000 to use the 1 day of their, to use the 1 day of broadcasting. And because we decided, or we were able to show that we could put programs on the internet, apparently we said, well, we could put your programs on there too if you want us to, but we're not gonna pay the $5,000 because we have an alternate way of getting our programs out to our community. And that's when they gave us a discount. I can't remember, I'd have to go back and look at the budgets
Yeah.
to see what transpired in the future years. I think this was the only year that we paid Valley Vision,
Well, at some point in time,
because they wanted to charge us like $18.
at some point in time, a charter needed to give us Channel 3
Yeah,
as opposed to overlapping on
Right.
television.
so,
I don't know what, that
so
was
that
before
would
my
have been,
time.
so that would have been in 2013, because they gave us, they gave us Tuesday, okay, who provides, okay, so where did
Right,
we
we
get
had,
it?
I thought we had
We got it at
Monday
some
on
point.
Right.
television.
Yeah,
That's not what it
Monday.
is.
We had Monday.
Madison
Friday,
Mondays.
And then Charter gave us Channel 3 for ourselves.
For Friday through Sunday, and we had, for a
Oh.
number of years, we had Friday through Sunday. But actually, we could have done 24/7 at that point in time, they just didn't tell us that we could.
Yeah.
Okay, it was Madison's channel.
Yeah.
But we must have been
So-
paying, I wouldn't think they would do that for free. We must have been paying into Conway or Valley Vision for them to broadcast those 3 or 4 days.
It was a split a split agreement with Charter. It was in our franchise document of the time that we would get that Monday, that 24-hour window.
Okay.
So we balked at Conway asking us
Right, asking
for
for
that
the-
$5,000. But they were insistent, they were trying to keep money in their pockets
Mhm.
for broadcasting. And, but as far as I know, the selectmen agreed to pay that $3,000. And I wasn't part of that. I think Jim Malloy must have been part of all that at the time, and he was not a communicator. So.
And so during those years when we were on Mondays, could Madison residents see Valley Vision every other day and
Yes.
see the Conway? Okay,
Yes.
I wondered how that
Conway
would
could
work.
see Madison on
Okay,
Mondays,
on
and they
Mondays,
watched
yeah,
Madison.
yeah.
They would tell us they watched Madison.
Yeah,
It was always
yeah.
exciting.
So does that
Some
mean
things
the
don't change.
cable subscribers of that time were paying franchise fees, but all of the franchise fees were going towards Valley Vision? Or to Conway,
I don't
rather?
know what the split was at that time. I honestly don't.
Hmm.
They couldn't all have been going because in 2000.
I don't think we were at 3.5% at that time. I
Mm.
think we were only getting maybe 1.5, or it was a smaller amount. We'd have to go back and look at the contract of that time,
Yeah.
and I don't have that contract. So when the contract went to 3.5, that's when we got our own channel. And it was like, oh my gosh, we gotta cover it 24/7. So we sort of start phasing it in because
Right.
we couldn't, we weren't set up to cover
Do that.
24/7. So we did daytime and up to 11, and then it started at like 6 a.m. in the morning because we
Like
just.
all of TV used
Since
to be.
we
Yeah,
had, we
right.
had to, we had to phase in, yeah.
You know, the national anthem
11:45
playing
and
after
11:45.
Johnny Carson and then the camera, the TV screen going.
Yeah, that's true.
So we had to phase that in,
Yeah, yeah.
because that was a big switch.
And clearly, we were getting our own franchise fees in 2011 because our budget was
Yeah.
well within that.
Yeah, yeah. But I think there probably were more
Yeah,
subscribers.
yeah.
And we weren't getting as much, but also the town didn't have as much for us either.
Yeah.
Probably not as,
It
maybe
was-
not as many meetings.
It was
to fill,
strictly
just to-
meetings.
Yeah.
It was strictly
yeah.
meetings. We didn't do extra stuff.
Right. Speaking of extra stuff,
Mhm.
Noreen had a request to film a meeting in Ossipee on the Conway Branch Recreation Trail.
Wasn't me.
Which-
She means me.
Was it me?
Sorry, Asia. I looked at you. Did I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Noreen?
You
Yeah,
did.
you
Yeah.
did.
It was me.
And the chain of ponds is part of what's covered. And she and I talked about going back to that person and saying, you film it, we'll broadcast
And submit it to
Mhm.
us and we can broadcast it.
Yeah, we can
Does
do
that make
that.
sense? Because
yeah.
it's a question of going out of town.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That thing is so unsettled, is
Mhm.
what is
Right,
point.
right.
So,
Yeah, that's a good answer.
and I mean, if they film it on an iPhone, can you turn that in? What do they have to film it on? I got thinking about that
I
later.
mean, we can try.
Okay, 'cause that's-
Quality becomes less than our
Oh, yeah.
standard.
Yeah.
Because it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Can we lend a camera?
No.
Do we not want to get into that?
Yeah, we never, I don't,
Okay.
Well, that's a good question because the person who requested us to film is a Madison resident, so it's in our mission to help Madison residents learn the equipment to film what
Hmm.
they want, right?
I also noticed looking at the town website and looking under the selectmen,
Where's my thing?
in the individual responsibilities of all the selectmen, they all have certain boards and committees that they serve on.
yeah.
Name just escapes me right now, but one of the selectmen serves on the committee for that rail
Oh,
officially.
Mm.
okay.
So she's a representative from the town.
Right,
So
she's
we
an
would-
officially,
Nicole
yeah,
or
appointed.
Nicole, thank you,
Yeah.
Nicole.
Okay.
Mhm.
She's on that committee officially.
Mm.
So there is an official tie-in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is,
Which-
yeah, it is
So-
official, so it's
Yeah.
just too bad it's in Ossipee.
Yeah.
But it may be an Osprey, but it really is a community-wide project that involves many towns. So,
All right,
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of agree with you that it's up to us to film that and broadcast that. I would never lend our equipment out to
yeah.
somebody that's not one of our videographers.
Well,
I wouldn't have a problem if someone was trained and you, or, you know,
Yeah.
whoever trained that person felt comfortable for,
I mean,
for something like this.
so the second bullet point in our mission
Yeah.
says making available instructions in
Yeah.
the use of video and other electronic equipment so that the people of the town can produce television programs and cablecast them according to the rules. I mean, we have a whole policy for
Right.
it.
I was just gonna say.
But from what I understand is, that's true if they're here. We've never had a policy of letting equipment out of our control.
Mm.
But how are they gonna produce something if they have to be here?
Mhm.
You know, other than something they could produce in this room, but
Somebody that's running for office wants to create a thing, where they come here, they
Okay,
sit here,
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
there, they talk to the camera.
Okay, so I can see how they could produce things
Yeah.
here, but that's so limiting.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, and this doesn't, it doesn't say they can't, we won't lend them equipment.
But
Well-
it is a good point that Ron brings up. They are appointed on that committee from the selectmen.
Right.
Oh, well, if you want Nicole
It
to
is
do it.
relevant to, I don't know that it's relevant to taxpayers because I don't know that there's any taxpayer money going into the rec trail,
No.
but it affects
Certainly affects.
what's happening in Madison
It's gonna-
geographically.
What is the issue about going to the meeting in Ospey and doing, and us filming it there?
Well, one is wages, but also, the first one I was thinking of was filming out of town.
I don't know that I ever got an answer to that. That was a question that was brought up. If we are staff traveling out of town and filming in another town, where's the liability? But I never got an answer
I
from,
highly recommend we bring this up as an agenda item Tuesday,
okay.
because I think we need to get the board's feedback
Yeah.
and say, we need to tell us what you feel our limits are regard to when we film out of town. And this trail committee is an excellent example where we have a selectman's representative officially assigned to attend this meeting on behalf of the town of Madison.
Right.
And should that be filmed, is that, so,
And I don't disagree. What I think is that we go to the town and say, this is what we'd like to do, we'd like your opinion on it, not, can we have your approval? Again.
To me, it's the same thing.
We're back, no, it's not, we're back to being independent.
semantics.
Right, yeah, okay, the way we ask it is different.
Yeah, that's right,
Yes.
that's right.
The way we ask it.
You know, the way they discuss it and say
That I
yes or
agree.
no.
I agree. We ask, you know,
We say, this is what we're gonna do, do you have a problem?
Okay.
yeah. But also too, I think it's broader than just this one meeting.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
it sets a precedence
Yes.
for the future requests.
Yes.
So we need their feedback, not just for this one meeting, but this tells us what
As a general policy.
exactly. So I think it's important to get that feedback from them on
Yep.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. When is the meeting in Ossipee?
Well, they had one last week, but they meet monthly.
Okay.
And this is gonna be years. This
Oh,
is
I'm
a
sure.
monster
I'm
project.
sure.
I've already attended, so as a personal resident.
Oh, have you?
This is, oh yes.
Yeah.
This is a monster project that is going to involve many towns.
Yeah.
The state's involved, there may even be some federal money involved, and likely, when it comes through Madison, there potentially could be some Madison involvement as well. So this is a monster program.
So maybe we need to make sure that Madison is on the agenda because I don't think every meeting is going to discuss anything in Madison.
No,
right?
because right now, they're concentrating on the town of Ossipee.
Right.
That's the first phase, is just the tracks in Madison, excuse me,
Ossipee.
Ossipee. And then eventually, long-term, that's gonna come through the entire town of Madison up to Conway.
Because I know last week they discussed the Beaver dams at
Mm.
Chain of Ponds.
Mhm.
And so that's why there was a special request for
But this
us.
will have a profound effect on the town of
Right,
Madison.
so even though,
long term.
they're working right now on Ossipee and doing the tracks at Ossipee, Madison residents have an interest in that going on.
Absolutely,
So-
because,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
going to
it's something I think we need to cover.
yeah.
But I think the selectmen, if Nicole requests this as the rep, because she feels it is important for Madison
Mhm.
residents, the selectmen have to recognize a budget increase.
That's,
Okay, it's another new
Yeah.
meeting,
That's
and if
right.
it's gonna be
Travel,
large,
I agree.
these
time
meetings
zone.
could run long if it's
Yeah.
so widespread.
yes.
Just pointing that out,
No,
you're
then
right.
to point
Very
that
good
out
point.
again
Excellent, yeah.
in that meeting.
Yep, you're right.
I believe Ossipee board meetings are filmed, so maybe there is
They are,
equipment there.
yeah, the government, it's the government.
Oh, he's his own.
Yes.
Like
It's
in
the government
Tamworth or
oversight or
government-
something.
Yeah.
When I was there at the last meeting,
Was it?
I did not notice any
Oh.
video equipment set up.
Yeah.
It may have been there, I just did not notice it.
Okay.
It was a packed meeting.
Yeah.
There's probably nearly 100 people that were
I
there.
wonder if he brings
Wow.
his own.
Where do they have it?
They have it, and will continue to have it. There's a old railroad station right in the middle of Center Ossipee, right next to the tracks.
Oh.
And it's a pretty big
Oh, you mean
room.
right next to the restaurant?
Yes, across the tracks from the restaurant.
Okay, yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Right
yeah,
literally
yeah.
across the tracks from the restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're gonna be meeting for
Mm.
months, if not years.
Wow.
So this is a huge
Major.
project.
It's a tough call. Do we
It
wait
is
till they
tough.
come to Madison, or do we
I think,
just
I
try
think you
to-
ask Nicole to be
Right.
your ears
I
Okay.
agree.
and request you come when she sees on the
on the
agenda
agenda?
parts that may
I
impact
fully
Madison.
agree.
Well, I think it's always going to affect Madison whether Madison is on the agenda or
I
not.
understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I think it
It's
should
just-
be
And the-
Nicole's call.
The overall rep committee, who's ever managing this, might like the fact that we could be there and stream it live
Sure.
and,
Mhm.
make this available for, again, here, it's being recorded. Yeah, it's Madison, but you can go to Madison's YouTube page and watch.
Exactly.
If the building has internet.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
the Wi-Fi question.
Because that
Yeah.
means you have to take this equipment out here to do that, do you not, or no?
Not that
No.
equipment,
Not- oh,
no.
not
We
that.
would
Oh,
just
right.
take a,
Yeah, the
we would take what we
portable
take to the school.
Oh, to school.
A
All right.
camera,
Yeah.
a laptop,
Okay.
some microphones, a
But
mixer.
Noreen's point is very valid.
Mhm.
We've got to get the selectmen's nod.
Yeah,
Mhm. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's so critical. And
Yeah.
if they nod, then full speed ahead.
yeah,
Understanding there's an increased cost to
There's a
this.
budget
Absolutely.
implication.
Yeah.
yes.
But I think it's a win-win for the town because.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we say, we plan to do this, we want your
Fine.
buy-in versus, do you want us to do this?
Right.
Given the
Yes, that's-
budget,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 to me, we need to,
Are
we
you
need to
support,
say.
do you support it?
Yeah, I guess that's the way
Do you
to,
support it?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
So what are we covering with them now? We're covering, we're gonna, I don't know, I feel like I'm confused on all the topics that could come up
I mean,
here.
if we send this,
To Joy, the
Yeah,
chairman, the selectman chairman.
well, I said I would send it to Lucia to send out to the
To
board.
distribute.
To distribute to the board, and the board, put it in the board packet.
Oh, okay.
The things that,
Mhm.
you know,
Oh,
they
all right.
wanted to have on Wednesday, but I understand that we weren't meeting till today.
Right, okay.
I mean, I could check with Joy about this first, but really, I think it's what we want to
Mm.
present to the board.
Well, it's all the research
Yeah,
that
yeah,
this board
Yeah.
has done,
yeah.
to answer questions.
Mm-hmm.
So in
And-
that regard, what more questions do you have?
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Mhm.
That's, you
Mhm.
know, that's what you
Right.
said,
Yeah.
you know, what else you want? Other things, like,
just
this
saw-
filming out of town, I think
Filming
is
out
a
of
separate
town,
question,
question,
because that
yes.
wouldn't come up from here.
Right.
So I can put something, we'll go to the board and try to do it soon enough to send it to you to kind of look at the word. I'll send it to all of you to look at the word.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And then the the announcement of, if you have
2 hours.
the 2 hour,
needed,
we need
yeah.
the 2 hour window and hopefully a 2-day
2
notice.
Notice,
Yeah.
Because because you wouldn't have staff lined up. I mean, staff have to get lined up
That's
to do
right.
it. They're not just
Right.
sitting ready at the wait.
Right, right.
And we can use that meeting as an example of
Oh,
what happens
oh,
when we
yeah.
don't have the window.
Right.
And that's embarrassing for everybody.
Sure.
I mean, that's a no-win for
It was
anybody.
really hard to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's not
So
just the
those
one person who would be filming here, it's that we need additional staff.
That's right.
To set up.
Yeah.
So those 3 things are kind of the topics that
Yeah.
you want to hit, and then then whatever questions they have.
Yeah.
And some you may have to bring back.
Right,
Some you
right.
may
This is-
have to
I
say,
think-
we have to
Talk about it again.
Talk about it,
Research it.
research, do our
research and
Yeah.
talk
do
about
our
it.
due diligence, and get back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the question of department heads,
Mm.
do all of them make a report at every select board meeting? Are we committing ourselves to attending
I don't
every
think they
select
all
board
do.
meeting? Okay.
I like your quarterly, I kind of like
Yeah.
your
Mhm.
suggestion of,
Mhm.
we'll attend quarterly, we'll get on your agenda quarterly to bring you any updates
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
have
Yeah.
or
Which
concerns
means
that we
Good
have.
point.
we probably will need to schedule our meetings on a
Mhm.
little more basis so that we meet before
Yeah.
we go.
Right.
Right.
And, you know, not as short a time frame as this 3-day period, but,
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, and we
Next
don't
step.
I mean, yes, it's fresh in our minds if we meet before their meeting, but it could wait
Yeah.
a couple weeks.
Whenever
Oh,
we
yeah,
meet,
yeah,
whenever
yeah.
we meet,
I
then
just-
it's the,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we just
Yeah.
plan for the next selectmen's meeting or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Or two.
Does this board feel, I guess I'd like your opinion on meeting with the CIP and meeting with the budget committee, you know, just even once a year to just discuss projects.
I
and-
think-
Oh.
Ask them if they want us.
Yeah, right, because when I was in the budget committee for 9 years, we would ask the department heads to come at certain times, certain months, so we
Yeah.
get their input.
Right.
It wasn't on a regular scheduled basis.
No,
We-
not
we
regularly,
would
but-
ask them to come whenever we needed information from that department.
Right, but we
And then-
haven't asked, I've
been
never
asked.
been asked to
Right, but I'm-
come, so that's
Can
what
that
I'm
be number
saying,
4?
like.
Well,
That
that's-
we would like to be part of the communications. We would like, I mean, we have certain needs because we have a budget.
Mhm.
Right.
We should, you know, do they support your meeting with the budget committee as other department
I mean,
heads
we don't have
do?
anything in the CIP. We
We-
can go to them, but if we don't
We
have,
We
could, if they
could.
wanna do something with the building and change our office.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Because the EFT is for equipment, it's for the replacement of technical equipment and cameras and that
Right.
part of it.
that's right.
It's not really for building.
That's correct.
right.
So
Is
we
that true
could-
of all expendable trust funds? I'm just wondering if ours was set up that way, or is that just generally what EFTs are for? I mean,
Well,
Don't know.
I,
my,
We'll have to
the
have to
federal
see
trust
what it
funds, as I
was.
recall, are basically, they're established through a warrant article.
right.
yeah, yeah.
And they're.
So we'll have
and-
to look
Oh,
back
and
at our
And so you
warrant.
have to look back
Yeah.
at the
Right.
warrant
Okay.
article,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
wording in the warrant
Yeah,
article,
okay.
and what the town approved,
Right,
Yeah.
and,
okay.
and go from there.
All right. that-
Yeah.
I
that
will look
answers
it up and send it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
When and what? Okay.
All right, so we talked about 4 things. One is, here's this information, what questions you have for
Mhm.
us. One is just informing them about needing time ahead and for setup at the gym. One is filming out of town. Does Nicole support, do they all support us doing that? What was the 4th one?
The 4th one was,
Well, are we asking if meeting with the,
Oh, meeting quarterly?
and.
it was
and-
meeting, it was being informed, because we have a budget, it was being invited to discuss with the budget committee and or
Okay.
CIP as
Okay.
needs
All
arise.
right,
Do
all
they
right,
support
yeah,
that? And then you may have a 5th, which do you support putting something in the new residence packet? If that's you know, if you've generated something, we have an interest in making that
That's a good thing to
information
put in that packet.
available.
Absolutely.
For new
Yeah, I think that's a good
residents.
thing. to
That's
put
a
in
very
that
good
packet.
thing. Very good point.
So we have.
Because I think I remember talking to someone about
Mhm.
doing this, and they say, "Oh, is this video kind of stuff available to watch?" Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
YouTube. It's on the
Yeah.
Internet.
But they didn't-
24/7.
They didn't know about it. Yeah.
Watch it anytime. Stop, start.
Oh, yeah.
And how does the town know to give a packet to a new resident? I suppose when they come in.
I think when they come in and
Yeah.
Registered
Well,
cars
they-
or,
They need to
voter
get
registration,
a permit for the
whatever.
dump.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So-
permit for the dump, that's.
Yeah.
if we want to discuss this now, I do have some.
Well, maybe that's a
items
question to ask
for it.
Lucia.
Mhm. Yeah.
So the packet's pretty big. If you go on it's on the home page and it's in red. It says "Welcome
Okay.
Packet
Oh.
for new residents."
Oh, so it's not.
But
There's this
no, I
one-
think they print it out and give it to
Really?
them.
Oh.
But this is just
this
a
is
directory,
Put
which
it
we
on your
are,
refrigerator sheet.
Right.
Yeah.
which we are
Yes.
not on that
Right.
directory
Oh,
at all.
Right.
So I would like to, one, be added
Yeah.
up to that
Add to the
directory,
directory,
and
yeah.
then I noticed that SLAM, the Historical Society,
Mhm.
and maybe the Conservation Commission all have brochures.
Mhm.
So I threw together a draft
Oh,
brochure.
wow.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I did print it upside down, so when you open
I
it,
noticed-
it goes the
I
other
noticed you were
way.
watching that. You were reading it upside
But
down.
before I actually, would
Give it to them.
format it,
Yeah.
I would make sure that's correct. But
Yeah.
it honestly didn't even take any time to pull together because I
It's
just
so-
copied from our
Yeah.
web page.
Right.
But
Uh-huh,
it's
uh-huh.
who we are, what we do, where to find us,
Mhm.
and how to contact
That's
us.
excellent.
That's great.
So-
That's great.
If this board likes that,
Mhm.
This is an old.
it's
old
and
photo.
well, so that's why I was thinking it's perfect timing because it really needs to be
Needs updated.
updated
Linda's still here.
anyway.
Kate's still here.
Yeah, yeah.
Josh is listed as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
DPW director.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't think
And did you just take this off the website?
Yeah.
Okay, so it.
Mhm.
it
so. It's
hasn't
kind. I
changed.
felt like it was really
Yeah,
perfect
yeah.
timing because it needs to be updated,
Yeah.
and then if they just add our brochure
Sure,
into
yeah.
that,
Mhm.
then
Is
it's
it
just
all
it was just
available?
kind of surprising to me that nowhere are we listed.
Are the brochures available on the website?
Well, when you open the packet on the website, it does show everything. So the
Okay.
brochures are on the last
So
page.
it would just be, we wouldn't have to print it, we would just get it added to the internet, so, or do they
I
print
believe
it
so.
out?
We could print some copies because I know when you walk into town hall,
They
there
have
are some brochures.
Yeah,
Right.
okay,
Right.
yeah.
I don't think it would cost much to print 50 copies or 100
Well, the
copies.
township printer.
Or,
They could
yeah.
just print it on their printer, on their
Yeah.
copy,
Yeah.
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 Do we wanna show this to the select board yet? Because we haven't had a chance to look at it, and I,
Right.
you know,
And I only printed the 2
Okay,
copies because
yeah,
I was,
yeah.
It's up to you.
it was upside down
I-
anyway, but.
I have faith in what Asia's put together.
Same here.
I'm totally
I've seen your work and
100%, I'm okay with it,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I've.
I mean, it could
I've
have
seen
less
this if you've seen
squiggles
that.
on it. I mean, it's just the way, I use like a template and then reformat
And we
it.
can even say to them, you know, this is our draft,
Yeah.
or it was new to the board, and, you know.
It doesn't list, like, I made sure it didn't list anything that was timely, like, it didn't list
Yeah.
names of, who staff are. It's
Right.
really just our mission, our
Although,
our email may change.
right, I was just gonna
Which
say,
we were going to discuss.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So that, but other than that, it's,
So was
and
that-
if it needed to be updated, it would, if it's all online, it's an easy
Right.
thing to update.
So was that another item for the selectmen then?
Yeah, I think we
To
sent
get
them
a,
this.
to get a Madison-NH.org?
I still would like to say draft on it and not, have anybody,
Let's do draft.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because that question of, you learned there are some open email, Madison email addresses.
Yeah, it came up at the last selectmen's meeting that they were going through the town email
Mhm.
addresses and there were ones that are not used, so there's a vacancy. And it kind of, popped into my mind, well,
Mad TV at Madison-NH.
we should have one, but then, just this week, their server went down, and none of their
Yes.
emails worked,
Oh, wow.
and the town website was not loading.
Oh.
That was part of my frustration when I was
So
working
now I'm
on
like,
stuff.
maybe we don't want a town email, or maybe we do, but we want a backup email.
And you saw what I said to you about, or did you not read the email I sent to you?
I read
yesterday?
it, but I can't remember what you were.
The,
Oh, right,
the domain name
Domain.
madtv603.com is available. It costs us $13.69.
a year.
Yeah, and then we could set up our own email under madtv603.com. I mean, it's a backup plan, I suppose.
Yeah.
I thought your point was a good one about ordering from someplace like B&H. where
Yeah,
they-
since we get the government discount from
Yeah.
B&H when we order and when we invoice,
Just-
I have to ask the town admin to send the email because it has to come from an official
Oh,
Madison.org,
Okay.
nh.org
Mm.
domain.
does it
So
really?
that,
Or does it just need to be, does B&H just need to be notified that this is the email address for, no, it has
no,
to
they
be-
won't let us use a Gmail,
Well, not Gmail, but I understand.
but
Gmail.
that's all we have.
Well, if we put up our own domain,
But it's government. It's a specific
Mhm.
government discount for being a municipality.
But I thought once you
So
established it, you were established. I guess that's not the case.
That's what
they still need the,
The approval to come from the Madison-NH.
yeah,
Mm. Okay.
which isn't, I mean,
For a quote, they'll
in-
give you a quote. You have to respond back.
yeah,
Okay, to order it.
which isn't, I mean, it didn't used to be a big deal with Linda, I would just say, hey, can you email B&H and
Yeah.
approve this?
Yeah,
So,
it could be the part of the transition.
I did have that problem when I was trying to send things to Lucy and everything was bouncing back on Wednesday. So then Thursday morning, instead of cold water dipping in the Swift River, I was here at 8 a.m. because I didn't want to, wait till the afternoon knowing that, she's not in on Fridays, da-da-da-da. Anyways, I went in and said, I thought I had your email address right in this morning. And she said, no. And Joe was here and he said, it just was down yesterday and even emails weren't coming in. So that's why they were bouncing back to me as undeliverable.
yeah. I
Not-
mean, and it doesn't happen a lot, but,
First impression, Asia, on
Yeah.
it, I think overall that it's a great idea and it looks great. I would just shorten it a bit. It's almost
Lot
too
of
much
words.
information, and just stick with the bullet points.
okay.
That's my just first impression. Look at it, just a little bit fewer words, and just briefly so they know where to contact if they have more information or questions. This is who to contact.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, when I started adding like our mission
All
on
this.
there, all
Mhm.
that, it
It's
did
a
get
little
really
bit-
wordy.
it
but
gets a little bit wordy on
Yeah.
one or
I
two
guess
pages.
I really want people to know that they can submit programs because.
Right, I
Yeah.
think that's
Right.
all, but you could condense that.
You can
Okay,
condense that
yeah.
down a
Just
little bit.
that they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And to contact you
Yeah.
if they're interested, or to contact Lauren,
Yeah.
or,
but it's a super idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Great.
And thinking about the fonts, some are easier to read than others. I'm not an expert on that, but
Mm.
I know that the person that helped us develop this logo, whose name I forget, Kasha.
Kasha.
When I last saw her, she said, call me anytime, I'm happy to help. Maybe just asking her to take a look at her thoughts on it kind of thing, so. All right, but let's, show this to the board now as a, an
Draft.
idea.
As a draft.
And
Yeah.
and we've already talked about maybe making it, more white space.
And I don't know, even though there was like a blip with the server and the emails, I still think it would make us look more official if we did have a Madison-NH.org
Yeah.
email address.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So we might be able to register madtv603.gov, and B&H might accept that.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
There's a process you go through
I don't
to
know
get
how
a
you.
.gov
Yeah, I don't
domain.
know how you did that.
But probably a quick question for somebody at B&H to answer. Could we set up our own email address? I don't know, something to look at. Just, I agree that you should have a this Madison. What is it? MadisonNH.gov. Is that what it is?
It's actually a .org.
Is it really?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Madison. MadisonNH.org.
Yeah. I
I
don't have
didn't look
anything
at
that
I don't have it in front of me.
Where's that sheet that just oh, this?
It's not on there.
Well, I'm just looking at like.
Yeah, it's Madison-NH.org.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I thought.
NH,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if there's an email address available under that domain name,
It's already available. That's why
well,
I thought.
there's only a certain number of email addresses available, right?
Right. So they found that like planning board at Madison H had no
Right.
emails in it.
Mhm.
Such and such
I
had no
remember that, yeah.
emails. The rec had an email, but she wanted her own email, so they just have it available.
Okay, so if
So
it's
I
available, then why not?
So that would
That's
be
interesting.
our 6 point, our 6th request, or
Yeah.
I mean, when I was on planning board, if we wanted to send something, we had to send it to planning it and Madison.
yeah, and maybe that wasn't one of them, but I just recall that there were
'Cause I know-
some that came
Because
available.
the administrator took their email, the administrator for planning board took planning board emails through that.
Right, it's probably not the
Is it-
planning board, but it was,
It's
it was,
something else.
Because the ZBA doesn't have an email address either.
it might have been like,
Mm.
I don't know, it might have been like the Veterans
Probably good.
Committee or
Oh,
something.
right.
It was
Yeah,
something that wasn't,
that wasn't
yeah.
Be hammered with
Yeah.
that.
Planning board wasn't a good
Okay.
example because I
Okay.
think
See,
they
the,
are.
the library is totally different.
Mm.
Madison.live.nh.us.
Yeah, they have their own,
But that's because of library.
yeah.
They're in a whole library system.
Yeah.
Related, I did ask Sloan if the DPW does any work at the library, and she said outside work,
Yeah.
plowing and
Okay.
sanding, but not
Not
inside.
inside. She has to contract.
Yeah, the town put the generator in for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know about the door, the
So.
change.
No, they did it themselves.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, I've given up on getting to.
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna
know.
say, you're
right on
time.
We noticed,
It's just,
sorry.
it's just 2 boxes of paper
Oh.
from the 8 pounds of mail I had when I came back.
Is it in your car?
wow.
Is it in
It's
your
in
car?
my car.
Put it in
Oh,
mine.
my
I have to
God.
go there tomorrow.
Do you?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
'cause
I gotta take my trash.
All right.
Yes,
all right,
put it in
that's
mine.
right. Well, except I want these boxes back.
Well, I'll give you the boxes. I'll drop them off at your house.
Okay, all right. Speaking of dropping off, a rug I ordered when I was in
Oh,
India is supposed to be
it's
delivered
coming
today.
Today.
I thought it was coming yesterday, but he said there was a note I had to sign. I'd already signed online. But anyways, I hope
Oh,
it's
boy.
there.
Is it one of the ones you sent the picture of?
Yeah, one of those
Oh, my
hand
God,
tied.
Yes.
Oh, I
3
bet
by
it's
5 foot
beautiful.
Oh.
blues.
Mm.
All right.
Tell me.
Distracting.
Okay.
Off track.
Off track.
Yeah.
Delete that from the recording.
Tangent. All right, I think, I'll go home, do some writing up. And then share it with you.
Right.
And I think question is back to whether we put names on this. I just feel like there should be, so people, no, maybe it doesn't. I think it needs a date on this, so, because we've got stuff here, we look back and say, well, when this is from. So, can you do that?
Mhm.
Because if this is a PEG, I can't do it.
I think I sent them as PDFs.
I think so.
Do you want them
You did.
as words? I can send them to you as words.
Sure.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Or I can just put my name on it, and the date.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
want to
How
send
about,
it.
and
Yeah.
I'll send
Great,
it, I'll send it
great,
to you?
Great, yep.
Okay,
You send it to both of us.
all right. I'll send to both of you.
Okay,
Got it.
all right. Document scanner.
This came up, Ron had a question if we had the ability to, and I'm not sure scan is the right word, but to, project documents onto, in the video.
Get them into the video.
And there are pieces of equipment that you just slide document under
Mhm.
and it does scan it, and then it would upload it.
But how do you present that in a live video or
Yeah.
even a recorded video stream? There's no way to do that.
If it just
You would
comes
just
up.
cut to it, I would think. You would just cut to that
Yeah.
screen, almost like
Oh.
you were tied into a laptop or a TV. You would cut to that. You would share that screen of it, and then you would cut back to the.
Oh, okay, so it's
It's
the,
live.
It's the videographer doing that,
Yep.
not the customer who's coming in.
The only that you would just have to say, can you put your document on this table or something,
Yeah.
so it can,
And then it's a question of how long it stays on the screen for someone to read it, to absorb it.
So then, the good thing would be to have that device project it onto that TV,
right. you
and then
could-
our camera
and then
can
our
pick it up,
yeah.
pick it up off that TV.
That's a way to do it.
Mhm. And that way the audience can see it too.
That's,
Right,
that's,
right.
yeah, that's where I'm going.
And if
yeah.
someone is watching this meeting later and they want, can they stop the YouTube to
Sure.
take time to read it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, you would just.
yeah,
pause the
okay, that's
video.
true, I
Okay.
stop YouTubes that I'm
Yeah.
watching, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only question we run into is like space, because if it, like, say it's a map, say it's
Yeah, if it's,
Like a-
like a
Yeah.
large.
well, if it's a
And they
big,
are.
remember, if it's a big map, I'm gonna kick myself in the face.
It's physically big. We can make
They-
it any
they-
size we want digitally,
I
but.
mean, generally, I have to say that
Yeah.
generally, they'll come with an easel
Yeah.
and put it up there for the selectmen to see, and then the
Sometimes.
camera picks it up.
Right.
But if they come with a big map and say, here's a copy for each of you, that's where the issue
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And I don't know that we can solve for all
do
the
everything,
problems that
yeah.
we could come up with.
No, it was Ron's idea. I didn't know if you had a specific
No, it's just
request
when.
for it, or.
I've attended a number of meetings over the years, and every now and then, someone will come in and they'll have
Right,
multiple copies. They'll hand it to the selectman, and the selectman and the presenter will discuss that at a public meeting. But the people watching the video have no idea what's in the document.
Right.
So there's going to be exceptions that you just can't project.
Right.
But for it's a standard, 8 by 11 and a half.
but how do you, my question goes back, how do you present that to the video audience?
Yeah. I don't
And,
know.
and if they hand the selectman a single sheet, one page, yeah, we can put it on a scanner.
But it's
But if
multiple
they hand them
pages.
2 pages or 3 pages,
Mhm.
what do you do with that document?
You can scan each page, but.
Well, that means someone's gonna have to put it here, leave it here for 30 seconds so they can scan it, or
Right.
to break it, and that person has to come and flip it over again, so we can broadcast for another 30 seconds.
Yeah, the only reason I bring it up is because we're trying to get to full transparency
Yeah,
and to have all the information and the data that's presented at a public meeting available to the public.
Mhm.
You know, there may be instances where that's not possible, but I'm just trying to be creative in saying, if someone brings in a standard document,
Yeah,
one page,
we get it.
Yep.
Might there be some way to
Might there be
add
some
that
way?
later
To the video
to the
stream?
video, and how much work is that then, adding more work, more time, more wages for our.
something to think about. There's
Yeah.
nothing pressing about it,
Right.
but just something
I mean,
to just
the-
keep in mind.
If the document like that comes in, it's feasible that we could literally scan it, put it on the website, and then make a reference to it in the video stream, go to here to see this document. The problem becomes, how do you do that live? You can't. no way to do that live.
I bet Evan knows. Maybe Lauren, I don't want to put her on the spot, but they've done some cool stuff with the live streams.
Let's have that be one of the, next steps is for you to talk to them about it.
Okay.
To get their
Yeah.
thoughts on.
I like the idea. I do think it makes things a little tricky. I mean, and I don't know if it's really our responsibility. It almost seems like if it's in a board packet, the whole board packet should be available online for people to preview.
But
That's what the school board does. You can go to their website and you
Yeah.
can open up the
That's-
school board packet and they'll show you everything that's in there.
Well, that's the packet.
Right.
What he's talking about is someone from the audience coming
Right.
through
Yeah.
who makes a presentation to the board and say, oh, by the way, here's some additional information you didn't
Yeah.
have.
I mean, I think they're supposed to give
Agreed.
that.
Yeah.
Ahead of time.
Yeah.
I've been here and watched it. It
Yeah,
does not happen.
yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
now have
Yeah.
the technology where the videographer can switch cameras
Oh, yeah.
and go back and forth, whether you're talking from me or talking from the audience.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud, have another camera over a table, and that he or she
Yep.
can click on
Yep.
to show the document, because once you record, it's 5 seconds for it, it's there in video
Yeah,
forever.
no, you're right.
Have a separate camera they can switch onto, and here's the document,
Yeah, the document camera.
a document camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that way there, you can have anything.
Yeah, I was just thinking that we have extra ports, because I think it will allow up to 6 cameras.
That way there, you don't have to worry about scanning it or anything
Yeah.
else. You just have another camera
Yeah, that's
that the videographer is controlling,
Okay.
Mhm.
that captures that for the moment, but it's there forever on the video.
And again, that works great for one page.
True.
Right.
Unless you lay them all on, have this special table.
Oh.
But it's an attempt to encourage
you're right,
transparency.
Right.
Right.
Well, okay, I'll have some discussions and do some research and I'll bring it
Good.
to our
Okay.
next
Great,
meeting.
thank you.
Okay. One more old business. Shakora, the last filming that we did for Candidates Night. Have we billed, have they paid?
Mhm.
And where did that money go? Did it go into the general fund or did it go into?
It went into our equipment account.
Okay.
Where it has,
Well, I know that's where it has in the
Previously,
past.
yeah.
At some point, one of those things I watched on from a previous meeting, it was stated that it would go into the general fund.
Mhm.
Now that we're getting general funds and it's paying for our staff
paying-
time,
it's
which
paying
is part of our wages.
Yep, it's gotta come back to us.
Well, it doesn't have to come back to us because the town is helping to pay our wages now.
Yeah.
It's how the budgeting is dealt with and how it's recorded into those.
Or if it comes to us, it should go into our regular funds, not our
Into our-
equipment fund.
It should go to our wage fund.
Because it muddies
Right.
it muddies the
It's
EFT.
paid,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's the
yeah,
wages, so it should go into the wage fund.
yeah. Can you see if that can be changed? It should be. Yeah, I don't think we should be using it for equipment.
No.
okay.
When we're now asking the town to help us pay our wages.
Right.
So then it would have to go to the general
General
fund.
fund. I would
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, when you say general fund, you mean Mad
town.
TV's general fund.
No, the town
No, the
general
town.
fund.
I
It's
think
really
the
all
town.
the same pot at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
No, it's not, because when we pay our videographers, it comes out of our wage line.
Right, but some of that
Well,
wage line is
I-
covered by
I
general
underst-
funds.
I understand, but it's the way that amount is
If we're,
budgeted.
It's
if
the way
we're
it's
over
counted
budget
for.
by
If we're over
$100,
budget,
it's
it's
accounted
because
for.
Right.
it's in the revenues.
Yeah.
It's in the
Right,
revenue.
right.
Yeah.
So no, it's gotta come back to
So
our
if it came
wage
into,
fund.
if it came into our fund.
I would think that would be put in the same way that we get our franchise fees. And we get the franchise fees, does it not go
That
goes
goes
into-
into
into our
into something.
general fund.
general
The
fund?
Mad TV fund. that
Mad
is-
TV.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
wouldn't this
Wouldn't this go
revenue
into
stream
that?
be the same?
Yeah,
But yeah, that-
that would be ideal.
That's
Yeah.
the point, it doesn't come into the town.
Right, no, but it's the
It's
same
Mad
revenue
TV.
stream
Yeah.
as a
Right,
franchise fee.
Right, right, and then.
So
it-
that's a
Then
question.
it comes
It's a
out of our
technicality,
wage
yeah.
line.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
So can it be put into our our account is
Yeah.
income.
That's for you to figure out.
Well, you and Lucia and whoever's doing the,
Yeah.
Okay, you really confused me though, so
Well,
where would you like me
we
to?
don't
put
want
it?
the money to go to the town of Madison's
general
funds.
fund.
General fund.
That money that you collect needs to come into Mad TV's
Accounts.
account
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
we can take that out of our wage line and give it to you.
I mean, this has happened once this year. We're
Yeah.
not gonna do anymore, so this is not, it's not a
Oh,
major thing,
right,
but,
right.
Well, that would be one of my questions is do we go back to the previous years and,
I don't think previous years.
It's just
Okay, so
another
just
precedent
this
to set going
year's.
forward.
Yeah.
the only thing is I don't know, I guess you could. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say, I don't know how you would take revenue and put it into your budget. Doesn't it all have to go into the general fund and then be dispersed? Like the rec, if they take payments for summer camp, they don't just take those payments and put them right into their budget. It has to go into the general fund.
And it goes, it goes into the revenue. I mean, it goes into a revenue pot, I think. If it were
I mean,
gonna
I
be a-
can find out,
Yeah.
but
It should be
Yeah.
in the annual report. The annual report shows all the revenue streams
Yeah,
and all the expenditures. So it should be in the annual report as to how, like, for example, the franchise fees. That should be a separate item as to how much money we received in franchise fees every year.
it should be somewhere in there.
Should be somewhere.
Somewhere in that annual report.
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be, yeah.
If it were a big deal and a lot of money, I would
Yeah.
say we really need to make
Right.
this happen.
Yeah.
But, I think in terms of if we go over the budget by
I
$100.
mean, are we talking a few dollars? or-
Well, I don't know what.
it was
Yeah.
like 175.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
And since we're
On a
not
$4
gonna
million
do it going
budget?
forward-
Again, it's more precedent
Yeah,
than,
yeah.
than.
Well, right.
So worth talking to whoever might help.
Okay.
Yeah.
To make this happen, but I think it should not be in the equipment fund.
Okay.
It should not be
Oh,
in our
definitely not the
equipment
EFT, no.
fund.
Right.
Well, not our expendable trust fund, this is the little one that we used to get $25 for a CD for.
Oh, okay.
It's gone in the
Oh.
past years, it's gone into that fund.
We should
Which-
probably just get rid of that fund.
Well, we could spend it on the next time we need
Oh, the next
equipment.
one? Yeah.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
just,
I think we did spend some of it down, so it's probably not got a lot in it, no.
yeah, I don't have that. Oh, I had a note of our equipment fund was down to, in November after we bought cameras, $2,773.
That's the one we're talking about,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, as we buy, equipment this year, we can, talk
Yeah.
about
Take it
that
out,
at the
yeah.
time, but yeah, we just spend that down. Which in the end could help us, the fact that it went into the equipment fund, we'll use it against our budget this year anyways, if we do that, okay. Managers report. Other things we haven't touched on already?
I have trained Lauren on programming, so she is up to speed on that. I took some time to redesign our public service announcements, just try to make them a little bit more easy to watch and read. Like I mentioned before, I'm trying to schedule myself for less video time, just mostly because of keeping an eye on wages. I still have the survey that we handed out at one meeting. So I have the results for that. I also put the survey online. And when I checked last night, we've had one response. So I actually was like, I was like really excited about that
Yeah,
because
good.
one is better than zero.
Well, because on your public service announcement, you could say, please go online and fill it out.
Yeah, and I did submit it to the town column.
Oh.
So I didn't actually see if it
Oh.
ran in the town column, but I did submit that
Oh,
the town
nice.
column runs in the Conway Daily Sun.
And it's back?
It's
I mean, I
back,
haven't seen the
yeah.
paper
I
in
haven't
2 months.
seen the column, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least the person who is writing up the column did ask for submissions, so
Okay.
I
I think it's every other week that each town
Oh,
gets
okay.
in, so
All
it's
right.
not real.
so I did submit that. Lauren and I spoke about sort of another thing that could go in the town column is asking for submissions of photos and videos from around Madison. We have some videos that kind of play in the background
Okay.
on the channel, and they're just sort of, they've been on there for a really long time.
The birds, the New Hampshire birds.
Yeah, birds and wildflowers and things.
It's really
So,
If you're looking for photos,
yeah,
there's a woman in town who is an incredible nature photographer.
there's a couple of
Yeah,
photographers
And
that.
we have a lot of her pictures on the Slam website.
Oh yeah,
Go to, I forget her name now. Do you remember what her name?
is
I
it
can look it
is
up.
it Kendra?
Kendra.
Silva? Yeah,
Kendra De Silva.
yeah. I've seen some. of
Yeah,
her
go to
stuff,
her and ask
yeah.
her if she would like to put some pictures, because she does some
Yeah.
incredible
she's
things.
amazing, yeah.
Yeah, there's some people that post to like the town social
Mm.
media, and they're really good
Yeah.
photography. I would like to, and I guess I don't know that I need approval, but I just wanted to put it on the radar that I need to contact Spectrum regarding our upload speeds at the office. They are really bad, and we're plugged into the Ethernet, so I don't know the last time that router was serviced. It might be old.
Did you try unplugging it, plugging it back in? Seriously.
Seriously?
Seriously. Seriously.
No, no, I haven't actually.
Try
And I
that.
only laugh because it's,
I understand.
yeah.
Do that and then go to speedtest.net.
Yeah, that's what I've used,
Yeah,
and
so-
upload. I mean, I can try to unplug it,
What are you getting for speed?
like 1.
Oh my God.
Like
that's
it's
terrible.
horrible.
Oh,
It's,
unplug it.
so
There's a
something
problem.
seems
There's a
wrong.
problem.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I buy the best speeds that I can from Spectrum,
Yep.
and the best upload speed they will give you is 20.
Okay.
I get 600 down, but
Yeah.
20 up. But
Yeah,
But-
download was like 500
yeah, that's fine.
something.
You might
Say-
just have to undo everything and then redo,
Okay.
Just
okay?
do
And where do
first
you
thing,
go
just
to speed.net?
speedtest.net.
Test.
Speedtest.net, yeah.
And if unplugging, if rebooting everything does not,
Then you go to the.
And
Then
then wait
I
at
should
least 10
probably-
seconds when you.
Well, you
unplug
have
it.
to
Right,
wait.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it takes a
give
few
it,
minutes.
give it a few
Okay.
seconds to disengage.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start with that, and then if I,
If you go to that instruction, when the
You go
internet
to
goes
this place
down,
and you
Yep.
just
go to that and
Okay.
follow that.
follow that, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And there's your speeds.
I don't think much is, unless something's changed, I mean, I don't know
That's-
that you've had much change.
No, I
in
don't
That's
that.
know,
great.
not with
It's all
that.
under the
Are you
desk
kidding me?
there,
Yeah.
so
That's here.
you just gotta, Lauren or Evan crawl under there. Somebody crawl under there with all the
can do it.
cobwebs
That's
and
fine.
and the
There's your
icky
download
things.
speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible speed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
One
I
Wi-Fi.
learned this
One
because
Wi-Fi, yes.
a couple times I've had to load a video back onto YouTube, and it takes days.
Oh.
And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
this is just
Oh.
not efficient,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, my router is on a timer. And once a week, I shut it off and turn it back on, just for those kind of purposes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just
Really.
didn't know the last time the router was even,
It probably hasn't been.
Upgraded.
Well, it doesn't,
No, but it should be fine.
it should
may
be,
need, it may need
okay.
to be upgraded, but even still,
Yeah.
turn it
Get
off,
better,
turn it
get
back on.
Okay,
better.
I'll start there.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, yeah, we went to this conference yesterday
Yeah.
in Merrimack, which, oh my goodness, what a cool studio they have.
Really?
They have
Oh.
like, they have this big town hall room, which is in their historical town hall building
Mhm.
on the upper level,
Yeah.
which used to be used for dances, and it's like, it
Oh.
sounds like just like our town hall, except it's a little bit bigger.
Mhm.
But they've got this great meeting room upstairs,
Mm.
a studio with a green screen.
Mm.
I mean, it was just like if you want to be a nerd about it, it's really it was
This
really
was
cool.
you and Lauren that went?
Lauren and I went. It was all about closed captioning.
Mm.
There's some really interesting.
It was a Telview presentation?
It was a Telview
Yeah, okay.
presentation,
Mhm.
but they even highlighted some options that are not through Telview.
Mhm.
And there were some really interesting ideas for even in a live meeting for the audience that's there, like using their own device. If they're hard of hearing,
Mm.
you can scan a QR code when you come to the meeting, and then you can use your own device, and it will either
Bluetooth goes into
read
it.
it to you or play it back to
Wow.
you. I just thought there was some
That's
really,
amazing.
really interesting ideas. And then for the broadcast itself, there is, all sorts of closed captioning options, and we had put this on our timeline
Yeah, for many.
of things to discuss, because I don't know where we're going with Telview, but where we have them right now, they do have some really cool options for closed captioning where you can search a topic. So you can go through a meeting, you can go to the website and you can just type in, their example was police, and you can see how many times in that meeting
Police were mentioned.
police was
Mhm.
mentioned. So you can go right to the meeting minute that you're trying to find the
Oh,
subject
wow.
matter on.
That's great.
So, but like I said, if we're not going to continue with Telview down the road, it doesn't make sense to get all these fancy bells and whistles. But there's a lot of neat things to do out there with closed captioning. I especially was interested in the in-meeting closed captioning because I know we do have
Yeah.
a lot of attendees that are hard of hearing. Even when we have the speakers,
Yeah.
it can be hard to hear.
No, I see it at church at UFAS on Sundays where it's right there at the bottom. We have 3 screens because all our services
That's
are
another
Zoomed.
way to do it, is to
And-
display
and
it
so
on a
it's
screen.
right there on the screen.
Mm.
Yeah.
Here it's a little bit, people would have to be looking over there to see it if it's on the bottom of the screen, but,
Right.
if they can't
Or we put
hear.
a screen up there.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true,
Or projected or something.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. This
And
makes,
it's not exact, but
Mhm.
it's pretty close
Yeah.
the way it
Yeah.
happens immediately.
they also went over the audio descriptions, which is a little bit different than closed captioning. It's
Mhm.
more like someone is,
For vision impaired.
it's
Oh,
more like
okay.
someone is just giving you a play-by-play.
Right. The
of
door opens,
what's
the man in a
happening. Yeah.
blue suit steps out,
Mhm.
so you get.
And those are all AI generated, and even
Mhm.
in the example they used, there was some, that's not quite.
Right.
Yeah. But, as this technology develops, it'll get better and better.
Was the sales rep there that is a replacement for
Yes,
Charlie?
and
So
I
you got to
did,
meet him?
I did meet Florence.
Okay.
It's a woman, actually.
woman, okay.
So I did meet the new sales rep.
Good.
So I think it was really good to go
Yeah.
to meet her, and
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know if we want to explore any of these closed captioning options, whether they're through Telview or whether not.
Well, if that's through Teleview, then we don't get those options on YouTube. Live.
No, except they do have the abilities to send it to YouTube. You
Live?
Can, I think so.
Really? Really?
But we're not using Telview here. We
No.
use it once it goes to the server,
Right.
right? So
True. So
wouldn't
yeah,
be
so
a
I guess
Telview
not
Connect.
live. Yeah.
it would have to be a YouTube service,
Mhm.
which maybe we just have to Google and find out.
Yeah.
Does YouTube provide closed caption?
They do. I've looked into a little bit. They do provide closed captions, but it doesn't seem like they provide it live. But it might just be a feature
Oh.
we need to turn on,
Oh,
because it will come up after the meeting's recorded.
oh, okay.
And there's also, you can get like a transcribed.
Version,
Yeah, it's hard to find,
like an AI version.
but you can.
transcribed.
It's somewhere in there. It's
Mhm.
somewhere in YouTube. Which I thought, you know, maybe if we are going to primarily use YouTube, maybe we want to explore like sort of a training session, or even just we create a video of how people can access the videos on YouTube and how
Yeah.
they can turn on closed captioning.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a lot of people, but I know some people do watch the channel. And I just would want to make sure if we're gonna, you know, change any way that we operate with that people know how to still find us. So maybe even Bailey could do an informational
Yes.
presentation at the library.
Mhm.
How do you
Right.
access
Yeah.
videos
Mhm.
on YouTube from Mad TV, you know? But that was all I had for my report, I think.
Thank you, thank you.
Unless-
Somewhat related, I'm thinking we should do a performance review for Asia. Not to start it now, not to do it in a public session, but would others agree that we should think about?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm one subject behind.
Behind?
YouTube, live streams. Automatic captions for live streams are currently available primarily in English and may require specific latency settings or channel availability.
Okay, so I think it's just a setting I need
Oh, we
to,
Yeah.
need to look it up.
yeah.
So, anyway, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, like through all that good information.
So that
I
might
just-
be a fall, getting ready for budget season.
Yeah.
And salary changes.
Yeah,
Right.
And to encourage you to do it with
Mhm.
videographers,
Mhm.
ask you to do it. I never liked them myself, I had some
Mhm.
jobs where I had to do them, but, I want you to feel supported and a chance to air any concerns you have, and for us to give you lots of pats on the back and loaves of bread. and such.
I'm just curious, has Theo made a decision on where he's going to school, or is he going?
He got
Where'd he go?
into Dartmouth.
Dartmouth?
Yeah.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
Nice for him.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
And what was the other big one he was approved at?
Oh, I can't
Was it,
remember.
not Swarthmore,
Oh, wow.
but
Oh, wow.
one of
Just
those
curious.
other?
This would be a shame to lose him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you won't be too far away, maybe,
Yeah.
We
I know,
did.
I would like to ask him if he knows of anyone that might be
Definitely,
interested
yeah.
in taking.
Yeah.
And do it sooner than
Yeah.
later.
And we could still have him during school vacations.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe,
you know.
if he wants to.
Yeah.
He might have other interesting things to do during
Well,
his
probably,
vacation.
but he might want to earn some money too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's earned good money.
Right.
He's earned good money
Yeah.
with this.
I'll make it available to him anyway, if he takes
Yeah.
it about.
Yeah. All right, we have covered a lot, thank you all. I thought about bringing cookies.
Oh. Next meeting?
It's next meeting.
Are we there?
Um,
Are we
yeah.
there?
It's on the video, next meeting.
Okay. Let me get my calendar. I'm away for much of September and early October, so knowing
Going
that
around the world again?
budget time, this is,
Oh,
The other
you
side,
can't
you're
go
gonna do the
away
other
so
side.
The other
much.
We're gonna wait that long?
Mm.
well, I think we need to meet in August, and maybe sooner than that.
Depending on what happens Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
That may
yeah,
drive
That
some.
may drive
that's part of
something.
it, yeah.
Right.
But, I know that we'll need to get budget information in while I'm away, so I just,
Mm.
um, so this is.
Who is coming
May,
on
June,
Tuesday?
July, August.
Who's
Oh, that's,
planning
yeah,
on coming?
I will be there, Doug, Ron, you, will you
I'll
both
be-
be there?
I'll be
Okay.
there.
I'll be there.
So we'll all be there.
So you have to announce it? Do you have to put a notice up?
No.
'Cause
Oh,
all
I
three of
do,
you-
yes,
Okay,
yes.
just to
I have
remind
to
you.
post it as a meeting.
Okay.
Yep, because we're all there. And
Yeah.
we don't have to do minutes. I remember
No.
Linda telling me this when
No.
we went about something else.
Mhm.
Oh, goodness, I should do that. Oh, I won't even be here Monday to post it, and
I can
the
post
town
it.
hall. I could do the libraries tomorrow morning.
Just let me know.
Okay, I'll send you whatever I,
Yeah,
Just one of
send
those
me the
ones.
post and I
Okay.
can post it here
Okay,
on Monday.
okay. And anytime after meetings, when one of you is at the Madison post office and things to take down the notice of the meeting, of this meeting, I'll do it tomorrow, cause I'll go in with this new
Okay.
post. But, I don't normally go in there.
I also posted this meeting and the previous meeting on the town website, on our web
Okay.
page.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
I don't know if you need to list that, but just so you are aware that it's
Mhm.
It's there,
posted
good.
on there.
Good. Okay.
And I can post the
Got it.
joint
Okay,
meeting.
okay. Tomorrow, I gotta do this. Yeah, by tomorrow, cause I'm heading to Vermont, but not till midday. All right, so this is May, June, July, August. So August is 3 months.
Mhm.
Why do you do this to me? Sometimes, maybe it needs to see my face.
Mhm.
Yes, that was it. New phone that I'm still getting used to.
New computer, new phone.
Yeah. So I know the week of August 3rd is a busy one for me with other stuff, so, and it's also Old Home Week, so,
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
yeah,
first week,
yeah, cause it
yeah.
starts on the first Saturday.
first.
So it
Oh.
starts on the
First,
first, yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
So, the 12th is pretty busy for me, but either Tuesday or Thursday that week.
I'm open.
Others have a preference?
No,
When is Edelweiss here?
Tuesday,
Every Tuesday?
every Tuesday.
So, and they're here in the morning, so.
Unless it's a holiday, then it's a Wednesday, but I don't think.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't
There's a
see any
holiday.
holidays.
So do we want to look at Thursday the 13th? And
Sure.
do people have a preference in the summer for 10 o'clock or 1 PM, AM or PM?
10.
10?
I prefer
Okay.
10.
Okay.
Get it
10
done.
works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
10 a.m. Thursday the 13th?
Yes.
Let me just check
Oh,
real quick.
okay, yep.
Oh, where is it? Nope.
And that's my out swimming regularly in the mornings, but that's at 8 o'clock or something, so 10 is fine.
Let me just make sure it's not. Nope, we're okay.
Okay.
My daughter's daycare closes for a week in August, but it's not that
So
late.
we're safe.
Okay. All right, and I will send an email
I'm sorry,
to,
what was the time we settled on?
10
10,
a.m.
okay.
Lucia to get on the calendar for that.
So what do you want us to do with this? Do you want to take, because we can't go upstairs right now.
Right, no,
We're
I
closed.
won't
Submitted.
get back till late afternoon on Tuesday in time for the
Oh,
select board
okay,
meeting,
all right,
so.
well, I can drop it off
If you would
Monday,
drop it off,
sure.
yeah.
Do I need to drop off yours, or?
I
you
need to
gonna
fill it
drop-
out, not have a paper.
Oh, you'll have it, oh.
Okay, so you can just drop your own off. I don't
You
know if
have
you
a is there a copy right
Yeah.
there?
Yep,
Here,
there
you
is,
can
yeah,
use this.
yeah, okay.
Oh, you have it. Oh, no, there's your glasses.
Yeah, good.
So will you send this to Lucia to go into the
Yeah,
packet?
I can put a draft watermark on it.
Great. Yeah. And if she wants to print them, or she can just be in email form, however she wants to share with the board.
Yeah. My suspicion is that they just print those packets as needed.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, she had a file folder, she indicated, I'll put it in the board packet and,
Mhm.
touch
She
this
dropped
folder.
it in there.
So,
Okay.
I guess maybe they do print everything for them. But I guess I've seen them at meetings with, anyways. Okay. motion to adjourn at
So moved.
a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.